little gang of misfits and dope addicts are here.
Well, it's
You better not have anything to say about that.
well, it is Xtina's birthday today, and it's Keith Richards' birthday today. I suppose we could have found a Rolling Stones Christmas song, but you know, Dropkick Murphys' Christmas, and it put me in mind of another Irish Christmas song as well. Do you remember the Pogues' Fairy Tale of New York? Mm-hmm. That's a wonderful Irish Christmas song as well. Mentions Frank Sinatra in it, and that's a great Irish Christmas song. Maybe we could dig that one up as well. I love that Dropkick Murphys song. It's just.
Did that put you in the spirit?
No.
It didn't?
No.
I was feeling it.
There's one other Scottish Christmas song, and I mention it every year, and we can't play it. It's too long. It's a song that it puts me in a sad Christmas mood, and I just urge everyone to go get it and listen to it. And you'll have to find the lyrics and follow along because he sings in such a Scottish brogue. It's hard to understand it, but it's Christmas, So We'll Stop by Frightened Rabbit.
Well, that's the one where they're fighting?
Yeah, but we'll stop for this one day because it's Christmas.
We'll kick it back up again tomorrow. But
yeah, we'll kick it tomorrow, but we're always drunk and we're always doing drugs and we're always fighting. But
why would I go listen to that?
But today it's Christmas and we do love each other, but today we'll stop.
Why don't you stop forever? How about that?
Well, he sings about that too. We'll try. We always try, but we know we always fail.
Maybe you're not good together if you can't stop. Maybe you should just call it.
It's just such a wonderful, sad, romantic song. It's Christmas. Just look it up. It's Christmas, So We'll Stop by Frightened Rabbit. I'll listen to that song once a year. You know, it's one of those just sad Irish or Scottish ballad songs. And that poor guy, too, he died, I think it was last year, as a result of suicide. But, yeah. But that Dropkick Murphys, brilliant, and the Pogues, check that one out. Maybe we'll get a chance to play that this year. Fairy Tale of New York. That song, I mean, that Dropkick Murphys song is actually it's bitter. It's just a bitter, sad song.
My family's messed up, but it's...
But it's Christmas, so damn it. Anyway, hi. It's Radio from Hell. Hi. Hi, how are you?
Hi. I'm not ready for... I've got lots to do.
Oh, no.
I have a list.
Yeah.
And part of my problem is...
No snow.
Well, no, but...
but wouldn't that'd help?
Help the spirit?
Yeah. If it started snowing
It's supposed to snow on Christmas Eve. So far now,
we might get some tomorrow.
Yeah. But Christmas Eve is so that's good. But
you know, it's the climate change has ruined Christmas.
Climate change has ruined
It
Christmas.
has.
What I was gonna say is my damn kids, who it's not their fault, but they're all born around this time, and it's Muhammad's birthday tomorrow. So in the middle of getting Christmas ready, I have to make him feel special on, because kids with birthdays around Christmas, no matter what you do, they feel like they're kind of slighted.
It's all your fault that your sap rises sometimes 9 months prior to Christmas.
I'm fertile in April. I don't know why.
Somehow you're it's like all the male animals in the neighborhood go, ooh, Gina's ready.
Well, spring is when the ponfar usually happens.
Yeah.
But so luckily Festus's birthday. Festus is old enough. I don't have to do much for him. And this is his 21st birthday, and so I'm not really gonna do anything for him this year. But I got to make Muhammad's Day special tomorrow. So
when it is true when they get older. Like I leaned over to Dylan yesterday and I said, "So for Christmas, I'm just giving you and your sister money, right?" And he went, "Yeah, it's fine with me." That's Christmas. Yeah, that's okay. I mean, we get together and we do stuff. On Christmas Day, we're gonna go drive up to Lava and spend a couple of days just drinking and soaking in the pools and talking and
that's what's important.
Yeah. So. All right, so we ought to get the show on the road, get it going.
Let's get it over with.
Officially beginning. So. Call us to check in, 877-602-9696. That lets us know that you want us to do a show. You have to coax us. You have to coax us out of our shell. Coax us to do the show. Let us know that you want us. We need coaxing. We need reassurance. We need help. So call us at 877-602-9696. Check in with the Radio from Hell show and tell us in 3 words or less, how can you know if someone's being honest? How can you know if someone's being honest? 877-602-9696. They're not a politician. That would be one. How can you know if someone's being honest? 877-602-9696. We'll start the show officially in just a couple of minutes.
All right, let's get it over with. We got, and news is coming up. Stand by for that as well. X-Poll, all kinds of things on the way. Quip. Got to tell you about Quip, the website, getquip.com/X96. Had someone stopped me at the grocery store yesterday and said, "Oh, I forgot
The toothbrush.
what's the yeah." I'm like, it's. Is it really as good as you say? Yes, I use it every day. I used it this morning. Sensitive sonic vibrations, gentle enough on your sensitive gums, and the best part, and this is great for kids. Well, not just kids, but adults don't brush properly most of the time, I think. A built-in timer with guiding pulses to remind you when to switch sides. And it's great to travel with. One of the most gift-guided gifts of the season, and here's why. And I would say not just for the holidays, but for birthdays. It'd be a great birthday gift. Quip is the gift that keeps refreshing, so to speak. Many reasons why I love Quip, and it's a great gift. They have over 5,000 verified 5-star reviews. Quip looks like a big-ticket tech gift with a stocking stuffer price starting at just $25. And if you go to getquip.com/X96 right now, you get your first refill pack for free with a Quip electric toothbrush, but you don't have to tell your giftee that. That's your first refill pack for free at getquip.com/X96. Be sure to do that /X96 to make sure you get this deal and to make sure that we get the credit. Thank you.
The holidays are a time of family, a time of appreciating those you love. It's also a time to remember those who aren't as fortunate. Tonight, thousands of men, women, and children in Utah are experiencing homelessness. X96 and the Rocky Mountain Chevy dealers invite you to help provide basic necessities to people who could use a helping hand. The road homes, emergency shelters, and
There, you've reached the offices of Carrie and me, Bill, the Radio from Hell guys. And if you have anything to say to us, we're not picking up, so wait for the beep.
All right, punch in the code.
We should change that message.
Yeah, tell it what we want to do. It'll rewind
Better man.
and play back our
If anybody's
messages.
called me.
All right, let's see.
Add it. Oh, there's one.
Hello, Bill. It's me, your mother.
My mom.
Now,
Hi, Mom.
you know that I don't mind you staying here at the house with me and your father,
Thanks,
but
Mom.
you've got to stop hiding the cat.
What?
Bill, if you're there, you'd better pick up. Bill,
Are you hiding?
where did you put that damn cat? You little bastard, where did you hide my cat?
Would you give her back her cat?
Carrie, this is Bill. And because you refuse to talk with any of your family or friends about this,
Don't
they've
listen to this
asked
one.
me to be their spokesman.
Well, I
and
can't-
because you won't talk to me about it face to face, I'll do it here on the answering
Why?
machine.
I forgot
Carrie,
this.
please, don't have the surgery.
Oh, come on.
Think about it. We're not talking about something that's temporary. This is major surgery.
Don't
Look,
do
Once you
it.
have this done, you can't go back to the way you were.
This is
It's
nobody's
forever.
business but
Please,
mine.
If you
all
won't
right?
listen to us, please talk to your therapist about it.
I already
do
Don't
have.
have the surgery.
Would you just
Bye.
look? This is
I'm
none
sorry
of you guys.
that was on the air, but
None of you guys' business.
Hello?
hey, it's my dad.
Bill? It's me,
That's Warren.
Warren.
Yes.
I'm your father.
Father. Yeah.
Now, I know I don't talk very much, but I'd like to say that I'm really grateful that you've done something with your mother's cat.
Cat.
I really don't care for that
Cat.
He doesn't like the
It's
cat.
always trying to sleep on my face and suck my breath out.
That's true, actually.
What he's eating there? Jeez.
Hello, this is Dr. Stevenson's office calling for Carrie Jackson.
Oh.
Mr. Jackson, I called to tell you that OR has been scheduled for your surgery.
Oh, good.
The operation will be January 23rd. That's a Monday.
All right.
Come on,
Report to
Carrie.
hospital check-in at 12 noon.
12 noon.
Surgery is scheduled for 2:30 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Your estimated hospital recovery time will be about a week,
You're a
depending on
dope.
how fast you heal.
Shut up,
If you
all
have any
right?
questions, please call us
You're
here
a
at the
dope
doctor's
to do
office.
it.
This is
Thank you.
nobody's business but mine.
You're a
all
dope to
right?
do it.
Hello, Mr. Allred. This is Bob Appleby, head of product research and development for the Loveco Cosmetics Company.
Are you selling
We'd
co-
like to thank you for the donation of the fine cat. Thanks to you and your generosity, we'll be able to test a new line of mascara that will at last be safe and non-toxic on human eyes.
You gave the cat?
As a token of our appreciation, we're sending you a year's
What?
supply of Loveco lipsticks in assorted colors and flavors.
You gave
Thanks again for your support.
your mother's
A
cat?
year's supply of lipstick. Cool. That's great.
Harry, hi, this is Miss Miller, your psychiatrist.
Oh.
You missed your appointment yesterday, so
I
I
know.
wanted to call you and tell you I think you're making a big mistake.
Told you.
Do
Look.
not go through with the surgery.
Look.
Told
Look,
ya.
I know your hero is Captain Kirk. I know how much you admire Captain Kirk. But for the love of God, having plastic surgery to make you look like Captain Kirk is psychotic.
Told ya.
It-
Don't have the surgery.
Told ya.
You-
Call me at the office as soon as you get this. Thanks.
You people say...
She's a paid professional.
That's all the messages.
I don't think we should do this again.
I think you're right.
For very
Or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, remember that info, because it's time to check in.
Yeah, and you tell us in 3 words or less after we officially begin the Radio from Hell show. How can you know if someone's being honest? But right now, the official beginning of the Radio from Hell program.
It is completely unsponsored. It's just happening
So
for free.
We're being deserted here. Huh? Is that what you're telling me? Well, maybe we should.
Deserted is the right
Well,
word.
maybe we shouldn't officially, if we don't officially
Here,
begin the show.
How about this, Bill? It's brought to you by The Road Home.
Yeah.
Go to x96.com and donate right now. You can do that right now. You don't have to wait for our broadcast on Thursday and Friday.
Okay, good. That makes me feel better. The moon is a waxing gibbous moon. It will rise today at 2:31 p.m. It'll be, when it comes up, you will be able to see 79% of its silvery beauty. Today being Tuesday, it's the 18th day of December in the year of our Lord 2018, and this is North America's most ingenious radio broadcast. It's the Radio from Hell show, starring the lords of morning radio, Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The Radio from Hell show is produced by Richard Stedman. Dylan Allred, no relation to me, I don't believe. No, I don't think he is.
You've never been tested.
Well, I've done a little bit of genealogy, and I can't find him anywhere in the family tree. So I don't think we're related. He's producing video for the show, and I did that research for his protection.
Well,
I don't want anyone to think. I don't want his good name besmirched with any kind of DNA evidence from me. He's producing video for the show that you can see at x96.com/live. And Cynthia, our charming Utah girl.
You can see her on our, we do a video every morning. We post it on the Radio from Hell Facebook page and on Twitter.
It's a pre-show video, and she's doing that today, pleading for interns for the Radio from Hell show. And so you can see if you go there and look at the Radio from Hell Facebook page and our Twitter feed, you can see what being an intern can do for a person.
See that glamorous life.
Yeah, you can see.
This could be you.
She has gone from being just an ordinary Utah girl, Salt Lake City, Utah girl, to be, now she's been transformed into an ordinary.
Yeah. We're running out of check-in
Utah
time.
girl. Well, that's what I'm hoping for.
877-602-9696.
All right, let's get to. We'll start with Jimmy.
Hi, Jimmy.
How's it going?
It's going well, Jimmy. Can you tell us in 3 words or less? How can you tell if someone's being honest?
Get them drunk.
Get them drunk.
That's a good answer.
Now, do you think that really when people are drunk they will always speak the truth?
They're more likely to.
Yeah. Well, then why waterboard them?
Freely.
Why waterboard
Well,
them?
it is proven that waterboarding doesn't work.
Yeah. Well,
But getting
someone
works.
drunk seems to work.
More likely to get the truth out of them by just getting them drunk.
I'd say you do that.
Yeah. All right. Thanks, Jimmy.
All right. Thanks. Let's go to William.
Hello.
Oh, William.
Oh, William. Good morning.
Good morning.
How do you
words or less.
how do you know if someone's telling the truth, William? How do you know if they're being honest?
Lips aren't moving.
Lips aren't moving. That's how you know they're being.
Because in general, people lie. That's human nature. People care too much about what other people think.
That's true.
That's my opinion.
You're right on that.
Where are you from, William?
I'm from North Carolina.
Yeah, state
Charlotte.
full of liars.
All right, currently living in West Valley, however.
Why did you come here?
A woman.
A woman
convinced me to move here.
And are you still with that woman?
Yes, sir. Married 6 years and 2 kids.
Yeah. Do you miss North Carolina?
Sometimes, yeah, but I enjoy Utah.
Oh, good.
I love the mountains.
Oh, good. I'm glad we're happy to have you here, William.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And I noticed
Thanks for letting me listen.
I noticed that our accent is slowly sneaking into your accent. You said mountain.
Mountain.
I love the mountains.
Mountains. Thanks, William.
All right.
Talk to you.
Have a good day.
You too.
Right, bye-bye. Carrie, the coordinator, checking in. People lie?
What?
Yes,
I'm
think.
surprised.
I'm afraid they do.
Let's see. You never know. I'm getting a lot of that. Seizure Monica. You simply don't.
You simply don't know when they're being honest.
Yeah.
You think you can tell when people are lying?
Yep. A lot of times. Most of the time. I think I know when people are being honest with me. Well, I don't know though. I'm pretty gullible.
You are.
Yeah.
I am willing.
You have a tendency to believe the best in people when all evidence shows you shouldn't.
I know. It's weird, isn't it? People think I'm cynical, but I'm really willing to believe the best in people.
Big Mike checking in from Ocean City, New Jersey, listening on the app. Pat Bagley, today's trip.
Oh, yeah.
He says, still my hero. See you at the road home on Friday. Oh, Mike, be sure to stop by and identify yourself. Big Mike from New Jersey.
Hey, Bill, you look really nice today.
Shut up, liar.
What?
You liar. God, knock it off. What? That was mean. You're awful. What an awful. You're the nice one. They say you're the nice one. God.
Crash Redwood Road, 61st South in Taylorsville, affecting both directions. The left lane is closed there. That's the only accident UDOT's reporting. Maybe you want to report one. You do that by texting us, of course, if it's safe to do so, 33986.
You know what we don't lie about, though, is when we talk about the things that, these live ad libs that we do. Mm-hmm. We tell you about these things because we believe in them. If you've never been to these New Year's Eve celebrations that the Downtown Alliance helps celebrate,
they know how to put on a party.
They do indeed. And is this the second year for the one at the Gateway?
I think so.
Last hurrah.
The last hurrah.
It was huge last year.
Stuff's a lot of fun. It's at the Gateway. Of course, it's on December 31st because it's a New Year's Eve celebration.
It's free.
Yep. Now, you'll spend some money when you get there. But if you don't want to spend money, you can just go there and just kind of hang out. It's at the Gateway, the biggest and, most fun New Year's Eve celebration, the last hurrah, at the Gateway, featuring live music from Band of Annuals. I think Richie is DJing there. There'll be dancing, indoor food, pop-up bar, games, beer, food trucks, fireworks. It is free to just go watch the fireworks and hang out. It's a New Year's Eve celebration at the Gateway, powered by Strong Volkswagen and Coors Light. You can find details about the celebration at lasthurrahslc.com. That's HURRAH, lasthurrah.com.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96.
I haven't dyed my goatee.
Don't. Looks stupid.
I'm not going to. You, however, Gina, should.
Dye my goatee?
I think so.
Is it embarrassing?
It is. It's getting to be embarrassing.
People are talking.
You dye your hair and you dye your eyebrows, but you just let your nose hairs and your goatee go. And when you have gray nose hairs and a gray goatee,
I've been nose waxing. I've been going to your nose wax place. Yes. What do you can't tell?
No, I don't make a habit of looking up your nostrils.
Good, I'm glad.
I looked up your old address one time, but I didn't. But I've never looked up your nostrils. Why do you go more than? I mean, I go once every 3 months or
They
something.
call me. Don't they call you? It's been about a month since you've been in.
No.
Got to get on that frequent waxer program.
There's a punch card.
Have you had Jules do it?
No, because the first time I went to somebody else, and so now I'm on.
Well, see, I think Jules is kind of a hippie or something.
She's a free spirit.
She doesn't. She does. She said. I think she said one time she'd call me, and then she never does.
No, she never did. This girl's like, Valentine's Day is coming up. You might want to get your nose waxed before Valentine's, because that's what you do before.
See, you haven't noticed any hairs hanging out my nose.
Well, it's hard because you've got a mustache, so it's hard to tell where the nose hairs begin and the.
So until it becomes really obvious, I don't have anything. I don't have any need to do it.
What's gross is when it is really obvious, even when you have a mustache. The nose hairs. Because I think some people think, well, I don't need to take care of that.
And it's usually just one rogue hair I'll notice. I'll go, wait a minute. Oh, my God.
That's why I keep tweezers in the car. Best light. Best place to do that.
In the car?
In the car with your visor down in the mirror. The light's great. You can get right up in there.
You might try concentrating on the driving
part of it. Well, I'm not doing it while I'm driving.
What do you...
If you see me in a parking lot, I'm probably plucking a hair out of somewhere.
I'd better pull over and pluck a hair out of something.
You've never looked in that mirror in the bright sunlight and gone, "Oh, I didn't know I had hair there."
Yeah, well, I have, but I can't.
Tweezers in
but,
your car.
But it's only when I'm standing on the seat. That's the only time I've ever noticed. It's when I'm standing on the seat and bending over to reach something. I didn't know I had hair there.
Wait a minute.
Somebody get me some tweezers and a long arm. So anyway, I guess we ought to start the show.
Thank you.
Ow! I don't tweeze the hairs in my nose because it brings a tear to my eye.
Oh.
Every time I do it, it's like you pull it, and doesn't it do that to you?
Sure.
Doesn't it make your eye go blunk? And
That's how I can get away with seeing Chappie in the theaters, because you know the robot's going to die at some point.
Alternative X96.
Is that Fred Willard?
Fred Willard. Throw him a bone every now and then, you know?
Sure.
All right, let's see. We got, let's see. Oh.
Huh?
Is it true?
What?
What?
That we're going to have a special visitor?
Well, Richie has vacated the producer's booth. I think it's to go downstairs and assist.
Well, Punk.
Our good friend Punk up to the studio. You know what that means? That means I get some cheese crackers.
Maybe not. Don't
cheese nips.
You might, but
no, I know.
Isn't it just nice to see Punk without him bringing gifts?
Yeah, it's nice to see him, but it's really nice to get cheese.
So yeah, call your friends and tell them that Punk's going to be on the radio coming up. But before that, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by
Stretch the Truth Trump. Everyone needs this Trump version of Stretch Armstrong in their holiday stocking. Portion of the proceeds go to benefit the Homeless Veterans Fellowship. StretchTheTruth.com/X96.
So every morning while I'm gathering up news stories, I listen for about 2 hours. I listen to the audio feed of CNN television, and I must have heard this story about 4 times or 5 times. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air star, which a show that I really never watched.
No.
I knew
Why
about
would
it. I mean, I knew about it, Will Smith, and I mean, it was a big deal apparently. But I guess his buddy on that show, Alfonso Ribeiro, is that how you say his name?
Ribeiro,
is suing the makers of the video game Fortnite for stealing his Carlton dance. So apparently they would play It's Not Unusual by Tom Jones, and he would do his character was named Carlton, and he would do this dance. And it was and then the audience would go, "Oh!" and he would all do the Carlton dance. And I don't think Ribeiro, who's done anything since playing Carlton.
This is all he has.
He alleges that the Fresher Note dance done by characters in Fortnite is a ripoff of his famous moves on the show. And then I happened to see just a little clip of the character in Fortnite and him and it's exactly the same.
Well, yes, but has he gone to the trouble to trademark the dance?
In a statement, a lawyer for Ribeiro said his dance is intellectual property that Epic Games stole without asking him.
Good luck with that.
Yeah. Epic has earned record profits off of downloadable content in the game, including emotes like Fresh, attorney David Heck told NBC, yet Epic has failed to compensate or even ask permission from Mr. Ribeiro for the use of his likeness and iconic intellectual property. Earlier this month, a Brooklyn rapper also sued Epic Games for allegedly stealing a dance that he popularized. Hip-hop artist 2 Milli claimed Epic Games allowed players to purchase a dance called Swipe It that resembled his own move called the Milli Rock Dance.
Again, do you trademark these things?
In the online battle game, which has over 200 million users, players can pay to download moves that their video characters can then perform in front of competitors. In July, Chance the Rapper criticized the game for profiting off of the hip-hop community's creativity. Black creatives created to popularize these dances but never monetized them, he wrote on Twitter. Imagine the money people are spending on these emotes being shared with the artists that made them. Gina, good news for you.
What's that?
Ruth Bader Ginsburg is not letting broken ribs get her down.
She is a superhero.
She isn't taking it easy. After suffering 3 broken ribs in November, the 85-year-old superhero Supreme Court justice was out for the second night in a row on Sunday, and she too is suing Fortnite
for her moves.
For her moves, she was out for the second night in a row on Sunday for the premiere of the biopic on her life on the basis of sex. That's the name of the biopic. On Saturday, Ginsburg was at the Museum of the City of New York for a screening. Felicity Jones was a strange experience, Ginsburg told the room, including guests Hillary Clinton and Gloria Steinem. Well, wouldn't you know it? The most remarkable thing is to hear the British actress sound like she was born and bred in Interior Secretary Ryan Zinke. Bishop, Utah Republican, who's losing his chairmanship of the House Natural Resources Committee, where he just tried like the Dickens for many years to destroy the wilderness when Democrats take control of the chamber next month, isn't saying whether he's had any conversations with the White House about taking the job or if he's even interested. Reyes, though, says he's happy to be considered. For Western America, there will be few decisions as consequential as choosing the next Secretary of the Interior, Reyes said in a statement. With so many stellar public servants on the short list, it's an honor to be even thought of as a possible replacement. Reyes angled for a job in President Trump's administration previously and was a candidate to head the Federal Trade Commission. Trump instead picked lawyer Joseph Simons for the post. Zinke, former Montana congressman and Navy SEAL who faced a referral to the Justice Department by the Interior's Inspector General over a Montana land deal he was involved in, submitted his resignation to the White House on Saturday. Trump tweeted about Zinke leaving the secretary's office and thanked him for his service. The president said he'd pick a replacement next week. The Washington Post, citing anonymous White House officials, said Zinke was told to resign by the end of the year or he would be fired. Bishop helped lead the charge to diminish the size of the Utah Monument's Bears Ears and the Grand Staircase Escalante. He would be a prime candidate to lead the Interior Department.
Ideally, shouldn't the Secretary of the Interior be someone who's an advocate,
a steward for land
the
preservation?
No.
You would think so.
No, he needs to be a friend of oil and gas.
That doesn't sound like that should be part of it.
Yeah. But no, with a state tax rebate now long gone and a federal incentive program about to drop by half for some manufacturers, Utah owners of electric and hybrid vehicles can expect to celebrate the new year and the arrival of the annual inversion season with a new user fee specifically designed for clean fuel vehicles. You got that?
A user fee?
Yeah, thanks to a line item in a 2018 legislative bill that made sweeping changes to the Utah Transit Authority and future transit project funding, owners of the 3,588 registered all-electric vehicles in Utah will be ponying up a $60 fee starting January 1st, intended to recoup revenues lost at the gas pump. You see, they're not spending as much money on gasoline.
You know, contributing to the bad air.
Yeah.
Right? But
So
because they're not spending the money on the gas, then they feel like that takes away from the road maintenance.
Can I remind you that we have, once again, a budget surplus in this state?
Yeah.
We can take that hit for the air.
The state's 38,000 or so hybrid drivers will be on the hook for $10 if they're rolling in a standard hybrid, or $26 if it's a plug-in model. Also, all those fees are scheduled to escalate every year till 2021, when vehicle owners will pay $120 for their all-electric cars, $20 for a hybrid, or $52 for a plug-in hybrid each year at registration time. The co-sponsor of 2018's SB 136, Representative Mike Schultz of Hooper, told the Deseret News the intent of the new fees is to ensure drivers of clean fuel vehicles are paying their fair share of cost to build and maintain the roads that they drive on.
That's their argument, is that gas tax goes to maintain the roads.
Basically,
they're not paying for that.
Basically, the current owners of electric vehicles aren't paying anything toward road use. There have been more and more electric vehicles out there, and we had to do something. Schultz said legislators are cognizant of setting fee rates at a level that would not discourage drivers from purchasing. So they said, we tried to keep it low enough that we still want them to buy those cars because it helps the air. So
maybe it's time to think about restructuring this particular tax. And rather than saying, well, that's what pays for the roads, maybe we do that some other way.
And maybe we should stop building so many roads because, again, it is a proven fact. The more roads you build, the more cars you have. It does not diminish traffic. It makes more traffic when you make more cars or make more roads. It makes more traffic. Here's an interesting item. Federal law enforcement officials are reviewing Utah's new medical marijuana law to decide how it affects the job they will do here in Utah. It is of great concern to us, the marijuana impact in Utah. It was then, it is now, said U.S. Attorney for Utah John Huber. It's still against federal law, and that cannot be forgotten. Utah voters approved a ballot initiative in November legalizing doctor-approved cannabis treatment for certain health conditions. State lawmakers this month replaced the measure with a law that they say puts tighter controls on production, distribution, and use of the drug. In September, Mr. Huber said the fact that marijuana use, production, and distribution and transportation violates federal law was lost in the debate over the initiative. Mr. Huber said the Department of Justice allows individual U.S. attorneys to decide how to enforce marijuana laws in their districts. What was a hands-off approach previously under the Obama administration, whatever handcuffs or restraints that were placed on me are now gone, he said. And I have a lot of discretion to see best how to use our limited resources, he said.
So I've decided to be a dick.
I've got to think about these things with my partners to see where we should use our resources and what is drug trafficking and exploitation and profiteering. The Utah Department of Public Safety last week promised to do everything it can to ensure the rights of qualifying patients to possess medical marijuana are upheld. Utah Highway Patrol Colonel Michael Rappick told troopers are fully invested in ensuring all legal protections are honored for those who possess and use cannabis lawfully.
Well, it's time.
So that's the Utah Highway Patrol. But Rappick also warned that the legalization of medical marijuana does not give carte blanche to those wishing to use the drug. It's still illegal to possess or transport it in large amounts, and only patients with qualifying conditions can possess it at all. Huber said federal authorities prosecute marijuana cases in the state every month.
It's time to deal with this on a federal level.
Yeah.
And it can be done in a way that they still give the states the ability to have it or not, but that they get rid of that federal ban on it.
Not going to happen.
I think eventually it will.
Not in the near future. Not as long
They're
as
going to have to address it.
not as long as Big Pharma continues to give members of the United States Congress as much
That's
money
true.
as they do.
That's true.
It's not going to happen. Promises made to voters in the states with legalized marijuana have not been kept from our perspective, said the federal prosecutor, Mr. Huber. We'll see what Utah's state of play is in the months and years to come. We'll just see, he said.
This guy's a dick.
We'll see.
He's decided to be a dick about it.
I read it with menace in my voice. I don't know if he had that menace in his voice. He didn't. I don't know if he went, we'll just see. I don't think he quite said it that way, but, you know. Let's see what else we have here. Wait, quickly, they're going to sentence Michael Flynn today.
And he probably won't get in jail.
Well,
he should.
I don't know about that. Robert Mueller has said he doesn't think that he said, I'm recommending no jail time, but the District of New York, the New York prosecutors are really, really mean, apparently. The Southern District of New York, those prosecutors are really mean. And I saw one of them on MSNBC the other day say, we've had it.
All of this?
We have had it, and we are approaching this like a crime syndicate. This whole thing is a crime syndicate, and we're done. We have started at the bottom, and we're working our way to the top, and we're we're going to put them all in jail.
It was yesterday that his Flynn's partner got the book thrown at him, and it's because Flynn ratted him out.
Yeah,
when you read what Flynn did, that's traitorous. He should be going to jail for more than 6 months.
Mueller released a memo yesterday summarizing the FBI's interview with Michael Flynn. In that interview, Flynn, who was a senior advisor to Trump's presidential campaign, lied about his conversations with Russian Ambassador Sergei Kislyak. He is going to be sentenced today for lying to the FBI, which is considered a very serious offense. The memo was made public after U.S. District Judge Emmett Sullivan issued an order requiring prosecutors to release the document, citing strong public presumption in favor of public access to judicial records. His first lie was telling the FBI that no, he hadn't sought to influence a Russian United Nations vote regarding Israeli settlements in the West Bank. No, I didn't do that. Well,
that was a lie.
That was a lie. And it goes on and on. The memo is very damning.
He was being paid by the government of Turkey while he was in the administration. That's a foreign agent.
Yep.
And then when asked about it, he lied and then went back and says, oh, you meant foreign agent. I was.
You didn't ask me in the right way. It's your fault in how you asked me the question. That's what his argument is. You asked me, and you'd ask me the questions in a leading way.
That 600,000 from Turkey. Oh, that's what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty. I don't know who this prosecutor was from the Southern District of New York. I saw on MSNBC, but he said there will be before the end of. There will be lots of big names in jail.
I hope so. All right. Sports weather traffic.
Brought to you by Lucky's Auto Credit, where 77 cents on a job gets you a car. 2 locations, Salt Lake City and Ogden. For program details or to apply online, visit luckysautocredit.com. Well, James Harden and his beard got 47 points last night, and that was
They both played?
They both
Did
played.
the beard actually score?
Yes.
Wow.
And that was all too much for the Jazz to handle last night. So that's their 4th loss in the last 5 games. And guess who they have to play tonight?
Who?
Or is it tomorrow night? I think it might be tomorrow night. The Warriors.
Are they good?
Yes, Carrie.
Okay. Then that's bad for the Jazz, right?
They're very good.
Okay.
Let's see, that's sports weather. We've got bad air again today. That little bit of a storm that came through yesterday didn't do much to clear it out, unfortunately. But, don't get your electric car because that's going to cost you more. 40 for a high today. A slight chance of some more showers today, but not much. Hearing from lots of friends of the program in Stansbury Park, several people, accident in Tooele on Main Street, wreck in Stansbury, SR 36 at a complete standstill. Backing up to Stansbury Park, several of you sitting there, hello, wave at each other. You're all in the cars next to each other. Hello. If you see something like that, text it to us, 33986.
Jay from West Jordan, the drug enforcement guy you were talking about came to my job and talked to us about what he does, and yeah, he's a dick.
Okay. Well, there you
Punk is allegedly on the way, so we'll probably talk to him in the next break, possibly. But in the meantime, let us remind you about the road home. We're coming up to our 2-day media-thon from the road home.
Thursday, Friday.
I'm going to go to x96.com right now and see what, because there's a link there. I can tell you how we're doing in the money-raising contest.
Now, again, I know people like to come down and see us at the shelter when we do these shows live.
That's really fun.
And that's great. It is great that you do that. However, I would just say, make it easy on yourself and donate clothing items, diapers, things like that, unwrapped toys for the kids at a Rocky Mountain Chevy dealer. It's just so much easier for you, and it makes things less congested down there. They'll take care of it.
If you want to donate money, you can do that online at x96.com.
That's the best thing.
And that's a secure way to do it too. You can just use a credit card and do it that way. If you do come down and see us Thursday and Friday, and we're not trying to discourage you from doing that.
No, I'm just giving you a heads up.
But bear in mind, sometimes we can't get to you.
Yeah.
We try to talk to everybody who comes down, but we're also doing a show at the same time, and so it's hard to do it.
So don't feel like we're disrespecting you. Yeah. We're working and we can't stop and chat.
There is a guy who comes every year that I will always make time to talk to, though. It's Richie, not Richie, our producer.
Richie comes down with his parents.
He comes down with his parents, and he goes to a special school in one of the Carolinas, as I recall. And
just the nicest guy.
He will be. He listens faithfully, and he comes to visit his parents at Christmas every year, and they bring him down to the road home. So I'll always talk to him, but.
But go right now. I just went on x96.com. There's a link to the road home right there, and you can it says donate now, and just even if you're planning on coming and seeing us on Thursday and Friday, you can get the donation part out of the way, so you don't have to worry about it. Do it right online there. We're in the lead right now with $13,000, but the evil KSL is right behind us. So.
We're always fiercely competitive about this thing, and we'd like to be to win in the dollar total, and we usually end up being second or third because we'll win throughout the whole
the whole thing,
and then right at the end,
like the last day of the afternoon. So in this case, it'll be Friday afternoon. A mysterious donor will suddenly spread money to KSL or FM 100,
or the sports station, because that's what happens. But.
So we need to pad our lead now.
Yeah.
So when it just comes to individual listeners' donations, we always just kick everybody's butt.
And for people that are like, I thought the road home, I thought that was closing. No. The downtown shelter is going to be open into next year, probably spring, early summer, while they're building the other shelters that are going to open. And then after those shelters open, the road home is a foundation that will continue to have its mission for getting people housing.
The road home is not a place. It's a foundation.
Yeah.
It's that administers shelter for homeless people. But even more importantly than that, it is a foundation that shelter is just a Band-Aid. It takes those people and tries to transition them into permanent housing.
And that's where your money goes to help them do that.
And money really is the best help that you can give because of all the connections that this organization have. They can make your dollar go further than you can. But anything helps.
Yeah. Now, did you mention playing the audio of the Mistress of the Dark?
No.
Okay,
is that an incentive?
So tomorrow we are going to set the incentive that we need to reach by the end of Thursday's show. And if people reach it, then on Friday's Radio from Hell show, it's Gina, the Mistress of the Dark.
So an old tape.
It's an old tape of when I used to do my extra hard.
You did your metal show.
And trust me, it's worth getting into the couch and finding, extra quarters, pooling the office money.
It's terrible.
It's
so bad.
Real
it is
bad.
so bad.
All right. Also, Punk is here.
Punk is
Punk
here.
coming up next.
I saw him walking past the window.
Lots of you saying that things are bad in Tooele County. Accident northbound SR 36 backing up to Stansbury Park. Someone says I've gone 20 feet in 6 minutes. Also a wreck 62nd South Redwood Road. It's a cluster hug, they say. Thank you for using the Radio from Hell swears to describe the traffic. It's Salt Lake's biggest and most fun New Year's Eve celebration, the last hurrah. December 31st at the Gateway Plaza, featuring live music from Band of Annuals, DJs, dancing, indoor pop-up bar, indoor game room, and so much more. Admission is free. Celebrate New Year's Eve at the Gateway's Last Hurrah. Go to lasthurrahslc.com.
All right, Punk in the studio here to chat a bit. Coming up after these. Gina, if you wouldn't mind, please tell me about your bra.
You might not think about buying yourself a gift this time of year, but you should get yourself a new bra. Here's why. thirdlove.com/Gina is where you go. That's Gina. That'll get you 15% off your first order. It's the most comfortable bra I've ever had. Usually when, you guys don't know this, but when women go home from work or school, the first thing you do is take off your bra.
Oh,
You're like, I'm at home. I don't need this. Mine's so comfortable I forget I'm wearing it.
Wow.
Now, why is it so comfortable? Because I did the Fit Finder quiz. You'll do that when you go to thirdlove.com/Gina. And you answer just a few questions, but it will help you get the bra that fits you perfectly. 70 sizes, including signature half-cup sizes. They have cups from A through H, bands up to 48. You're going to love your new bra from Third Love. Get 15% off your first order by going to thirdlove.com/Gina, Gina.
Radio from Hell.
All right, we're going to wrap things up with Ask a CG Artist here real quick. And your friend did the animation of the Destroyer.
More so modeling and texturing, not
the animation.
The animation of it.
But he helped build the character. The Destroyer is
exactly.
like this
In
giant.
what movie
in
is it?
Thor.
Oh.
He's like this giant killer robot
Just coming out this summer.
that destroys a town.
He also did. It's my roommate, and he did the hammer for Thor that you see at the end of Iron Man, and this one as well.
Do you guys have girlfriends?
Sometimes.
Listen, with all the dough they're pulling down.
No, I asked because, they
Or
are
boyfriends.
Or boyfriends.
No,
I
no
don't
boyfriends.
Listen, they're
on the computer.
You
all
take a girl.
day.
You take a girl to Iron Man 2, and you say, "Wait till the end. Wait till the end." And when that hammer shows up, you say, "I did that." You're in.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying it sounds like they are chained to a computer a lot of the time.
I have to say, I've had one relationship go south because I was working.
That's all I'm
insane
saying.
hours. It was a good Ogden girl too, living in L.A.
A good Ogden girl?
Good. I know.
There's no such thing.
In a good in a bad way.
Yeah,
right.
Bad in a good
Bad
way.
in a good way. That's all
Good Ogden girl. I know. Let's see. A quick software question from Nick. Let's see. Go ahead, Nick.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Yeah.
Maya, I guess, is the standard. How does 3D Max compare?
3D Max is a standard for a lot of things, a lot of car commercials and things like that, and video games use 3D Max, but more and more Maya is becoming more of a standard. I hate modeling in 3D Max. It drives me nuts.
Now, you were saying that if I were just to buy the Maya program, it was how much again?
I'm not sure, but it's like over 1,000.
Over 1,000?
Almost
1,000.
4,000.
Yeah.
Almost what?
4,000.
Almost 4,000.
Well, 3,999.
That's almost
close. Yeah.
Almost.
It sounds to me like if this is what you're gonna do, it might be worth it to invest in that.
Yeah.
All right.
You can use those programs if you go to a school. They have them available.
This is true, and I know even up at the U they have those programs available, and it's all part of your fees.
Here's a question. Without getting too political, how is your health insurance as an independent contractor?
It's a bottle of Advil.
Somebody wants to know, where's my holodeck?
Yeah,
When-
that was
we're
my
gonna
next
have the
question. Where's
holodeck?
my damn holodeck?
Yeah, I'm working on it. So,
All right.
any requests?
And
send my way.
here's the final question, which I think is the best one. This is: do you have to be good at math?
No, you don't.
Perfect.
But sometimes I've used some trigonometry and
Yeah,
like
don't you need
scripts
that
and
for,
things like
for
that.
architecture? Don't you
Yeah,
need what I mean?
sort of.
Trigonometry.
If people want to see some of the stuff, is there a place that people can go? Do you have a website where they can see your demo?
I have my demo reel on Vimeo, but it's just you can go ahead and email me at johnpatrickrooney@gmail.com, and I will send you an email with some info.
John Patrick Rooney, Irish?
Yes.
Oh. Irish question mark?
John Patrick Rooney at gmail.com.
St. Patrick's Day parade Saturday, you know.
All right, I'll stop by.
All right.
With Gina Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
New episode's up, by the way.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
New episode of what?
Remain Seated.
It's up.
It's podcast.
It hasn't dropped.
It
it's
dropped
up.
and now it's
Yeah,
up.
Which is it, Gina?
It's
Does
available
does
at where podcasts are available.
Does it drop or is it up?
Mm-hmm. Hey, that music tells me we have a guest.
Yes, and you know, this is as close as we get to a visit from Santa. It's a visit from Santa Punk. Our old friend Punk is here, and he always comes once a year now, bearing gifts. Punk. Hi, Punk.
Hi, everybody. I made it.
Yay!
I didn't think you would, honestly, after I watched that video.
No, I didn't. What video? I didn't
On
see
Facebook.
On his Facebook.
I didn't see it.
He told the story about taking a fall the other day.
I
I thought, well, then we're not going to see Punk this year.
I was a little medicated.
Are you medicated right now?
No, I'm not.
Are you in pain?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Oh, it's not cool.
You know, like when I did the movie review and the mug hit me in the head.
Yep.
Now that's for people that don't know Punk. We should tell them who he is.
For many years. Well, Punk came to us many years ago as a as a high school kid who was a skateboard punk.
Yep.
And now he's and he started doing movie reviews. Well, I mean, we used to have this canned movie reviewer, Joe Bob Briggs.
Yeah.
And he would do this movie review, drive-in movie review.
Yeah.
I wonder whatever happened to Joe Bob.
He is on a television channel, a cable channel.
Still does.
Called, and all they do is horror movies, and he does a weekend show.
Still does some movie reviews.
Mhm.
And Punk thought at one time, I could do that. and he started doing these, he would get these terrible videos from a local video store, and review them, and then recommend junk food to eat with them, because that's what Punk liked to do, is eat junk food. Still does.
Well, yeah, we used to rent stacks of videos too, and you could have them for 7 days. We'd have like a stack of stuff to watch.
Or was it Top Hat video?
Adventureland.
Adventureland video.
And you did it once a week.
Yeah, did it once a week after the breakfast cereal update. What toys you could get and what cereal.
Yeah, and we did that. How many years did we do that?
The cereal?
Well, the cereal and the movie reviews and all of it, and as a regular feature.
Well, the movie reviews started with X96. Everybody was worried about the breakfast cereal with the KJQ breakup.
Yeah. So anyway, we did it for years and years and years and years, and then Punk's had some health problems and
a little.
Just a little. He's a medical curiosity, and
the U of U likes me,
and so we've had to forego doing that. But once a year now is about how often Punk can come in, and
you never know, man. I'm about due for some good luck of some sort.
Yes, you are.
But always a delight to see you, and wonderful to have you here.
And he always brings presents, which, Punk, we would love to just see you. You don't have to bring us presents.
No, I like it when you bring presents.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, open your present, Bill. Let's see
Should
what
I
you
open?
got.
Well, okay.
In the meantime, Brett in the chat room, yay, Punk, we love you. Beck,
I love you too, Brett.
Beck says, hi, Punk, it's great to hear you. Dad would be happy too. Let's see. Jason says, I remember renting a VHS player from Adventureland Video.
Well, I got
That's something to remember me by.
I got a box of a Funko brand cereal, Gollum, Lord of the Rings, tasty treat, fun to eat. Gollum Funko's cereal.
Precious cereal.
It's precious.
I'll bet that cereal will turn your mouth green. I'll
Will
bet
it?
it will.
I don't know.
And of course, my favorite. Two boxes of Cheez-It snack mix.
You knew it.
Well,
I love them.
I mixed it up a little bit. The other one's not double cheese. I wasn't sure.
Sriracha.
Yeah.
Ooh, I'll try that one first.
I didn't even know they had those.
See, I was hoping that, the Rick and Morty, the Rick and Morty chips.
Yeah. And then of course, Punk always gets me Post-it notes. Oh, these are Donald Trump Post-it notes.
Yeah, you can make presidential orders with them.
Yeah. Today,
just like the president.
Wash hair, watch TV, tweet, go to army thing, check hair.
Leslie, yay, Punk is here. Melani, having Punk on your show is a fabulous Christmas gift to us listeners.
Yay!
Oh, things Trump needs: orange juice, special face lotion, hairspray, tape for tie.
Tape for tie.
Got to tape my tie down.
Exactly.
Well, you don't want it flopping around.
Thank you, Punk.
You're more than welcome.
Let's see what I got here.
Punk, I started watching stupid horse shows because of you. And also taking Xanax and Prozac and Twinkies.
Did he say horse?
That's what he said. I think voice to text made it horse.
Oh, speaking of
horse. Funkos. Oh, no, that's Adorbs. It's like a Funko.
Yeah.
It's Wonder Woman riding a horse.
Oh, horsey gal.
Oh, I'm trying to show it for the camera there. I love it. Thank you, Punk. That's so cute.
Please don't start eating on the air. I want to listen to Punk.
Sorry.
I
can't. I'm breaking into the sriracha.
It's a tradition.
I got commandments sticky notes.
Commandments sticky notes.
I gotta open it.
And
what did you get, Carrie?
well, as always, he overdoes.
What are you talking about?
He always overdoes.
Yeah, one of my buddies said to my mom, now that everything's in one spot, unfortunately, he said, I know what you can get him for Christmas, a toy.
Oh, he got me the set of Star Trek tiki glasses.
Oh,
so that's the Gorn.
Yeah, those will come in handy.
As you
You'll
can see,
use
there's
those on Geek Show.
there's Spock, Kirk, McCoy, Klingon, the Mugatu, which is the hard one to get.
Put your favorite adult beverage in there.
Yes, and a bunch of ornaments, course he.
Yeah.
I did not know that existed.
That's a limited one.
Carrie's favorite character.
Oh,
My favorite character.
You're gonna make Carrie cry.
Well, now I have to put a tree up, Punk.
All it needs to be is big enough for one ornament.
That's right. The Spider-Mobile.
Spider buggy.
This is canon, by the way.
It is.
This is from the comic book.
Yep.
He had a car for a while.
Doom buggies from the 70s.
Yep. And he would drive it up the wall. And we always said, why does he need that? He can climb up the wall himself just fine. Let's see, a Chekhov.
Another limited, yeah.
Christmas ornament.
A Chekhov Christmas ornament.
BB-8.
Oh.
Christmas ornament.
That's not Anton Chekhov, the Russian playwright.
Carrie, you're just going to have a punk tree, I think.
And an R2 with porgs on him.
Yep.
Punk again. It's
Next year it'll be an R2 with poop on him.
Yes. Well, it already is actually.
Well, and your sticky notes are in there too.
Oh, let's see.
I love my sticky notes.
Now, these cheeses are spicy.
They're sriracha.
Yeah, I mean, that really sriracha.
They're super sriracha.
Okay, so there's Mr. Rogers sticky notes with the characters on them and sayings, and then Star Trek ones with I can't quite see. While you were beaming away, this happened. I'll open those up in a bit. Thank you so much, Punk.
Oh, you guys
Merry
are
Christmas,
welcome.
Punk.
Merry
Thank
Christmas,
you.
Punk.
You gonna stick
Giving
around?
makes me happy.
Oh.
Yeah,
Thank you very
we're
much.
gonna stick around till
for a bit.
Till I have to go up to the U. So.
All right, cool. Then
Which is an everyday thing.
It seems like it.
Well,
Eastbound 201, the I-215 interchange is a hugging cluster hug. Somebody says.
An HCH?
Yeah. There's a wreck 62nd South Redwood Road, and it's backed up all the way to 32nd West. Lots of friends of the program dealing with both of those, and they sent them in via text at 33986. Salt Lake's biggest and most fun New Year's Eve celebration, the Last Hurrah, December 31st at the Gateway Plaza, featuring live music from band of annuals, DJs, dancing, indoor pop-up bar, indoor game room for kids, food trucks, fireworks, and more. Admission is free. Celebrate New Year's Eve at the Gateway's Last Hurrah, powered by Strong, Volkswagen, and Coors Light. Go to lasthurrahslc.com.
all right, here are your boner candidates, round one. Boner candidate number one. Hey, pal, it's dodgeball. If you don't dodge, you get hit by the frickin' ball. Boner candidate number two. The police chief doesn't scare me. And boner candidate number three. One by one, they're leaving the garbage scow helmed by Tucker Carlson.
Oh, okay. That's on the way. Round one of your boners, along with Big Boy News and Opinioendo. Stand by for that. SaltLakeFilmSociety.org, or if you're in a hurry to get to their website, slfs.org.
There's been a caning.
Punk's crutch just fell and hit me in the leg. Join the Salt Lake Film Society's Red Carpet Club. You can check out their their Talking Film podcast that some guy named Dylan Allred hosts. There are new episodes every month at slfs.org. And Salt Lake Film Society, of course, it's your home for independent film, foreign film, and documentaries at the Broadway and the Tower Theaters. That's where you can see all kinds of really interesting movies. The Favorite.
That's getting all the kinds of awards talk.
It's Jimmy's favorite movie of the year.
Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I saw the preview for that, or the trailer for that, and it looks great. The Salt Lake Film Society is all about independent cinema 365 days a year, plus special programming. And then they're, of course, always heavily involved in the Sundance Film Festival. So the Sundance Film Festival, the Salt Lake Film Society, they always go hand in hand. Check out slfs.org for more.
Here at X96.
Well, Punk, let's get to the movie review, shall we?
There we go.
That's why nothing says spending the summer in and out of health facilities like 18 Fingers of Death.
Tell us who stars in this opus.
Well, this is the only movie that's better than 17 Fingers of Death.
Yeah.
It stars James Liu.
Oh, so this is a sequel then?
Yeah.
Yep.
He's Buford, the down-and-out action hero.
James Liu, okay.
Okay.
And we got Maurice Patton.
Yeah.
He's Ronald Mack, the college student and wannabe director.
Okay.
Lisa Arturo.
Nope.
She's Sushi Q, the Honorable Fortune Cookie CEO.
Okay.
Pat Morita.
Oh, well, there's a name I recognize. Arnold from Happy Days.
So I know this movie's at least a year old, right?
Exactly. Well, I noticed he's got lots of others that are in post-production.
Oh, God. All right.
He's the humble restaurateur. We got Lorenzo Lamas.
Lorenzo
Lamas, yeah.
He's a Antonio Bandana, the singing martial artist.
Okay.
Robin Shue.
This sounds like just a great movie.
Yeah.
He's Jackie Chong.
Yeah.
And we got Charlie George Brown as Chuck Snorris.
Chuck Snorris. Okay.
Oh, God.
And Kurt Graves as Steven Seafood.
Okay. Tell us the plot of 18 Fingers of Death.
Well, as far as I can tell, this guy starred in 803 of the finest action movies ever filmed. But he's come up with a script for what could be his breakout role. But when the producers back out and pull his funding, he's forced to pull out the "Will Work for Kung Fu for Money" sign and sell his Kung Fu movie memorabilia in order to get enough money to make a movie in 1 week for the Sundance Film Festival.
God.
And they managed to get like about 90 minutes out of this?
Yep.
Jeez.
A full 90 minutes.
All right, have you got a scene from 18 Fingers of Death?
Yeah, I thought I'd give you a little Pat Morita.
Okay.
Oh, good. Pat Morita.
So here we go.
Oh, Mr. Lee, listen, I've always been wanting to know, do you have Chinese Jews? Chinese Jews? Oh, very sorry, today is no Chinese Jew. We only have the apple Jews and the orange Jews.
Oh, man.
Jeez. This is worse than I even dreamed.
Yep. What are you giving this movie, Punk?
I'm actually giving it 3.5 Prozac.
What? It's the pills talking, Punk.
It's the prednisone. I think it's the prednisone. For digging up guano, lining up to fight. You can only fight the good guy one at a time.
That's
you
right.
have to circle him.
Yeah.
Feathered hair, the drunken bastard, Bong Fu the series, a wicker basket beaten, bow tie in the kitchen, cowboy Fu, a fallen in love montage, an attack midget, and yes, learning to speak out of sync.
Learning to speak out of sync. All right, and what junk food are you going to have while you watch this movie?
I think you need to gather a few Lynn Wilson's meat and cheese burritos with extra cheese and onions. You can mix in the Durkin's French fried onions as you need. A nice meatball hero, some rainbow Twizzlers, a bunch of Starburst, Reese's Pieces, a bag of Honorable Fortune cookies, and, yes, a nice cold canister of Lost Energy drink.
All right, Punk.
Wow, sounds lovely.
For those of you that are lost.
All right.
18 Fingers of Death.
The movie that's better than 17 Fingers of Death.
602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:22 right now. It's time for round one of your boner voting. Presenting to you 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote, of these 3, which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight, and possibly become boner of the day. See if it wins here. Not boner of the day yet. Has to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. Yes, 3 more candidates at 8:20 to determine the winner of round 2. Winner of each round, thrown into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you'll decide boner of the day. So 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Utah Pro Scooters. They have gifts for all ages. Utah Pro Scooters carries all the top brands and offers free service with every scooter purchased. Locations in Layton Hills Mall, Sandy. Utah Pro Scooters is Wasatch Front's only pro scooter shop.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Hey, pal, it's dodgeball. If you don't dodge, you get hit by the frickin' ball.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball.
Thank you.
Playing dodgeball with this Florida man will necessitate more than sidestepping rubber projectiles. Khalid Dedik of St. Petersburg was taken into custody late Friday after a game of dodgeball at a trampoline arena in Largo took a violent turn. Police said that Mr. Dedik got so enraged after getting hit by a ball during the game that he tracked down and tried to tackle a 15-year-old kid who popped him. But Mr. Dedik fell during the aggressive maneuver, only to get back up on his feet and charge the teen victim again. Dedik, who is 6'1" and weighs 165 pounds, according to jail records, then got into the kid's face before slapping him with an open hand, leaving the boy with a red mark on his face.
Jeez.
Witnesses also told police that a mouthy Mr. Dedik had been trash-talking other players during the dodgeball game, threatening to assault them as well. Mr. Dedik was charged with child abuse. He is in custody in the Pinellas County Jail on a $5,000 bond. So what does he expect? He's playing dodgeball. He gets hit with the ball.
That's what happens.
And he gets enraged and goes and slaps this kid.
Because he got hit by a 15-year-old. They should have popped him again.
Listen, I'm telling you, pal, it's dodgeball. You get hit by the frickin' ball in dodgeball. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. Telling you, the police chief doesn't scare me. As part of a new approach to shoplifting prevention, life-size cutouts of Green Bay Police Chief Andrew Smith were placed in various stores. The cutouts displayed the message, discouraging retail theft. Big cardboard cutouts
Did they think that would work?
of the police chief.
Win a free ride in a police car by shoplifting.
They don't just walk out the door on their own. Some dastardly thief accepted it as a challenge.
Yeah.
You're asking for it.
I would steal that.
And and they walked off with one of the cardboard cutouts of the chief.
No, my high school kid instincts say I need to steal that.
Well,
and put it in his yard.
Yeah.
and the police took it extremely seriously. Quote, this is from the police Facebook page, I think. No demands have been received from the kidnappers at this point. Tom Buckman, on the official attempt to locate notification put out to the evening patrol officers, he helpfully included a photo of the chief.
You're looking for a cardboard cutout of this
man, in case some of the younger officers weren't quite sure who they were looking for.
I never met the chief.
No doubt Chief Smith was flattered that a thief might want a replica of his handsome face and debonair figure for his very own, but he expressed it quite humbly. I figure that the cutout is probably posted at a shooting range somewhere, or perhaps lining a bird cage in somebody's house. In any case, retail theft is down by 5% this year.
There you go.
So maybe I get the last laugh, the chief said.
That's just because he looks like the policeman from Terminator 2.
Police are looking for a male suspect driving a silver Chrysler 300, possibly with Andrew Smith, the chief, in the passenger seat. Boner candidate number 2, the police chief doesn't scare me. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. One by one, they are leaving the garbage scow helmed by Tucker Carlson.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 1 coming up after this big boy news and Opinioendo brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Well, as I was... Excuse me, I'm all tangled up in my microphone, or my headphone cord. As I was getting the news ready today, I was just about finished, and I happened to spy these stories in Gina's beloved British press.
Yes.
And I just thought I'd read these two celebrity items.
Okay.
Because I just love the way they were written. The first, about Elizabeth Hurley. And there's always a story about Elizabeth Hurley in the British press.
Is she wearing a bikini?
Yes.
Okay.
And let me just read this to you. She's no stranger to whipping her social media followers into a frenzy with her sexy swimwear snaps. And Elizabeth Hurley set pulses racing once again as she shared a sultry Instagram video of her writhing around in a white bikini while enjoying a winter sunshine break at the Maldives on Tuesday morning. The actress, 53, wriggled around to show off her lithe body while the photographer showed off her figure from all angles.
X96.com/live if you would like
The
to see.
royal star wore a white strapless bikini top and matching bottoms from her own swimwear range. The brunette beauty completed her beach look with a pair of stylish shades and wore her long locks in loose waves. The mother of one showed off her dance skills as she swayed her body to the sounds of Ricky Martin's Livin' La Vida Loca. The video proved too hot to handle by the beauty's 1 million Instagram followers, and many flocked to leave their comments, including, on a scale from 1 to 10, you are an 11.
Well,
and
she's
this
an
one,
amplifier.
and this is a horrible woman. Courtney Stodden had a bit of a wardrobe malfunction when the model was seen spilling out of her tiny bikini top Monday. The 24-year-old model was spotted holding up her assets, showing a bit too much, while frolicking on the beach in Santa Monica, California. The PETA spokesperson enjoyed her time on the sand, seen stretching, skateboarding, and doing some light reading during her beach outing.
Light reading?
And skateboarding.
And that, I mean, don't get me wrong. So the Elizabeth Hurley's 53, Courtney Stodden's, what, 20-something?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elizabeth Hurley looked amazing. Courtney Stodden, am I right? And
Yeah.
Courtney Stodden looks just
Horrible.
Gross.
Doing some light reading.
She can't do heavy
The
reading.
comic book.
This moment from the British press, brought to you by Weetabix.
I got a couple of others I'll do in the next news. They were just,
Yay.
they were
If you
just
could give me some British press every day, I would love it.
They were just hilarious. In its most detailed account to date, the Catholic Diocese of Salt Lake City released the names of every priest in Utah
Did you see this?
who has faced credible allegations of sexual misconduct with minors since 1950. That's 68 years.
Yeah.
Did you recognize any of the names?
Yeah, Father Devlin, that's when I was at St. Joe, he was there.
The diocese, which oversees Utah's 300,000 plus Catholics, has also announced the retirement of one priest who had been on leave after allegations surfaced earlier this year.
Yeah, a lot of these priests are long
dead.
gone. And
The diocese received 3 complaints this year about the Reverend David R. Gaeta, is that how you say his name? Who was serving as pastor at St. Peter's Parish in American Fork. A report from June accused Gaeta of being in bed with a minor in 1982. According to the diocese, another report was received in August that the priest had offered alcohol to 4 minors in 1982 and suggested that they undress. A third report came in July alleging Gaeta touched a child's buttocks while pushing a swing earlier this year. The Division of Child and Family Services investigated this most recent allegation, according to the diocese, but no criminal charges were filed. The diocese announced that Gaeta will retire January 1st without faculties, meaning he can't engage in any public ministry, present himself as a priest in good standing, or perform church ceremonies. This list of credible allegations is one step toward providing the transparency that will help repair at least some of the wounds left by the wrongful actions of priests who have abused their sacred trust. Bishop Oscar Solis said in a statement, "We continue to pray for the victims and their families and ask their forgiveness for our failure to protect them." And there are a bunch of names here. I don't know if there's any point in going through all of these names.
It's available if you want to go.
Let's see. This is in the. If you want to read the Salt Lake Tribune today, there's
a link there.
A list of many names. I don't know. I don't know where all this ends or where you go with all of that. I don't.
I will say that there's a big list, and that's a problem. There are many more priests that are not a problem, and I feel bad for them that they get lumped into this grouping. It's the same thing with bad police officers, bad teachers. There are way more good cops, good teachers, good priests than the bad ones. So just keep that in mind, I guess.
Let's see. We'll move on to this. This is fascinating. Mick Mulvaney, President Trump's new acting chief of staff, once believed that there could be more undiscovered audio tapes and video footage of unflattering comments made by Donald Trump. My guess is worse stuff is going to come out in the last 30 days, Mulvaney said in an interview in October 2016, days after the release of the bombshell Hollywood Access tape. They've got more videotapes. Everything the guy's ever said is on videotape or an audio tape. There are going to be atrocious things that are going to come out. Mulvaney said despite his concerns, he believes supporting Trump was for the greater good of the Republican Party. He was apparently baffled by the state of politics during the 2016 election, liking it to an alternative universe. Mick Mulvaney, President Trump's new acting chief of staff, said all of those things in October of 2016.
Does that mean his hair's blue in one of the alternative universes?
Maybe. Mulvaney, a former Republican representative of South Carolina, reiterated his previous endorsement for Senator Rand Paul of Kentucky, former Republican candidate for the 2016 presidential election, adding that he was never a Donald Trump guy, according to an interview he gave with the South Carolina-based Jonathan and Kelly show. When I signed up with Donald Trump, I signed up with Donald Trump for one primary reason, that he was running against Hillary Clinton, Mulvaney said in an interview.
Why a lot of people voted for him. That's the only reason.
Which was reported by CNN on Monday, and that is still who he's running against. So all of that, and now all of that is in the past, so why now? Why now be the chief of staff? Don't get it.
Because he's an opportunist.
I'm president, and you're not.
All right.
Don't get it.
Weather, traffic.
We got bad air again today because that tiny storm that came through yesterday didn't really do much. So please limit your driving if you can today. 40 for a high. There's still a slight chance of a shower today, but again, it won't be much. Traffic, we've got, let's see, crash northbound I-15 at the Main Street on-ramp in Lehigh. We've got a crash southbound US 89 at Crestwood Road in Kaysville. Crash southbound I-15 at 18th South in Kaysville. Center Lane is closed there. Crash northbound I-15 45th South off-ramp in Murray. Crash northbound I-15 at 25th South in Salt Lake. Crash eastbound SR 201 at I-215 West. The right lane is blocked there. And a crash northbound SR 36. This is just prior to Mills Junction in Stansbury Park. That's traffic brought to you by Fink & McGregor. Mortgages made simple. Call Fink & McGregor today for your free mortgage analysis at 801-264-9494.
Here's boner candidate number 3. One by one, they're leaving the garbage scow that is helmed by Tucker Carlson. I thought about making Tucker Carlson a boner candidate yesterday. Indeed, which is a website, a job site, they say they're the world's top job site, has stopped advertising on Tucker Carlson's Fox News show. And they say they have no plans to advertise on his program in the future. Indeed said in messages to several people who asked on Twitter about their advertising that the company hadn't run ads on Tucker Carlson Tonight for over a month. As a company, we are nonpartisan. Our site is for everyone, regardless of background or beliefs, Indeed said in a statement to Huffington Post. Indeed has not advertised on the Tucker Carlson program for over a month, had no plans to do so in the future. So what's the deal? Well, Tucker Carlson did a rant last week in which he called immigrants dirty. Carlson's comments, and Indeed is not the only entity.
Bowflex, I think, did.
Bowflex has stopped advertising. And I'm not sure that that's the best thing to do, but
it isn't.
Well,
that's voting with your wallet,
I suppose. But the point I want to make here is what Tucker Carlson said, not the fact that people are leaving his show, because the things he said were horrible. He declared on his show last Thursday that previous American leaders had demanded that you should shut up and accept immigrants. We have a moral obligation to admit that the world's poor, they tell us, even if it makes, we should admit the world's poor into our country, even if it makes our own country poorer and dirtier and more divided, he said. And then he twisted the Emma Lazarus poem on the base of the Statue of Liberty to criticize immigrants even further. Huddled masses yearning to breathe free? Nope. Cynical shakedown artists who've been watching too much CNN, he said.
What?
Oh.
What an ass.
Well, there was a few weeks ago where they found him pretty much quoting the Daily Stormer, the
Nazi website.
The Nazi website.
It's a shame that left-wing advocacy groups, under the guise of being supposed media watchdogs, weaponize social media against companies in an effort to stifle free speech. That's Fox talking about advertisers who are leaving his show. So they're saying that left-wing groups are making advertisers leave.
No. They
Carlson's
listened
show.
to your words that came out of your mouth on the TV and said, we don't want to be associated with that. Why does there have to be some liberal backroom?
Because there's always is.
That's what you said.
Because it's always a liberal conspiracy. Yeah. They never let us win on our ideas.
Well, they do get the advertisers do get bombarded by people who say, Tucker Carlson is horrible. Why are you advertising on that show? Why are you? Bowflex, it was Pacific Life, an insurance company, and now this Indeed website. So they're leaving Tucker Carlson. He's gotten worse and worse over the years.
There's a lot of times that ad agencies just place buys, and the companies don't know what shows they're on. Yeah. And, finding out that you're on this racist rant show, you probably don't want your product associated with that.
Yeah. So boner candidate number 3, and that is just the fact that he says immigrants make our country dirty. That's just awful.
You make our country dirty.
Boner candidate number 3.
Let's review the first two and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Hey, pal, it's dodgeball. You don't dodge, you get hit by the frickin' ball. Man charged with child abuse. So he's playing dodgeball, and a 15-year-old kid hits him with the ball. Well, he goes and smacks the kid. It's the game, buddy, and he's an adult. Boner candidate number 2, the police chief doesn't scare me. Life-size cutout of the Green Bay police chief warning against shoplifting. Of course, somebody steals the life-size cutout of the police chief. And boner candidate number 3, one by one, they're leaving the garbage scow helmed by Tucker Carlson.
All right, let's get to voting here. This is round 1 of your boners. Time to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number that you think should win. Remember it. Put it in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message of the text is that single digit, 1, 2, or 3. Then text that to 33986. You can call 877-602-9696. Cynthia is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Voting December 18 and vote there. And yeah, that's what you do. You got to pick your champion for round 1 so we can send it to Boner Dome, and it could possibly become Boner of the Day when it goes up against the winner of round 2's voting. 3 more candidates at 8:20 to pick a champion there. Boner fight at 9:20. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is round 1.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
I was reading one of those woman magazines.
One of your women magazines?
Like your
Ms., your Red Book?
No.
Ladies' Home Journal?
No, like Glamour or Allure or one of those.
Mary Claire?
And not tongue-in-cheek. Because a lot of times they have, helpful tips in there on how to, host a cocktail party.
Mm-hmm.
They had an article about tips on using weed at parties.
Using weed at parties.
Is it like etiquette? This is weed etiquette.
Yeah.
Like, is it proper etiquette to bring weed as a hostess gift?
Depends on whose party
Depends
you're
on
going
Yeah,
to.
But I mean, this is an art.
Mhm.
They wrote it just like,
Yeah.
do you bring a bottle of wine to your hostess gift? If you bring weed, how do you go about? Do you smoke it inside? Do you go out on the porch? Do you offer some to other? If somebody else has brought it, what's the proper way to ask?
Are these articles written for people who have no common sense?
Yeah.
The point is that the point is exactly what the point that Drop's making is.
Is that back in the 50s, it was, you'll
now
you'll
it's
go
like,
on a killing spree, and now it's don't smoke in the park.
Or don't smoke in the house, take it outside. But this is alongside pictures of women in black cocktail dress. They're not hippies with dreadlocks. It's your typical cocktail party.
Which is ridiculous.
You don't think people in black evening gowns are smoking?
No, I resent the fact that the middle class and the upper class has co-opted marijuana. It should be just the hippies, the patchouli oil wearing, dreadlocked hippies, the tie-dye crowd.
It was just interesting that it was just presented in a.
But the way you describe the article too, it's just I'm still fixated on the fact that it's apparently written for morons.
Well,
it's just like what?
But the type of people that read those kind of magazines
Are morons.
Maybe haven't encountered that before. I don't know.
Have not encountered common sense.
Well, the point is, the word I will take from you is common. It is now common. That's why it's appearing in magazines.
No, I see. I get that. That's an interesting part of it. But if it were about booze, it would also be for idiots.
Mm-hmm.
It's an article for an idiot. God,
they're not. Why does this make you? I just thought it was interesting. It wasn't the New Yorker. It's a dumb woman's magazine.
Yeah, I know. It's I
get makeup tips out of it. That's what I'm going to that magazine for, not an in-depth article on pot etiquette.
Original Alternative X96.
All right, it's time to award round one
That
of
makes
your
me happy.
round one of your boners.
That's our old friend Punk, who's here.
Yes.
Sitting in the studio with us until he has to be rushed to the hospital.
Brought to you in part by.
Yes, the boners voting brought to you in part by. Let's see. Oh, I had a bowl of stuff from Zao. You know, it's what do they call it? A rice bowl.
Pho? No?
No, it's a rice bowl.
A rice bowl.
Yeah, a rice bowl.
And step up your wine and cocktail enthusiast giving at Booze Teak, featuring accoutrement, books, bitters, cherries, and more, plus a geek section with Funko Pops. There you go, Punk. You can get some at Booze Teak. Open 11 to 7 every day in December. Free parking at 315 East Broadway. Mention Radio from Hell for 15% discount.
Not just cherries, may I suggest. They're expensive, but they're worth it. The Luxardo cherries. Get the Luxardos. So we had boner candidate number 1. Hey, pal, it's dodgeball. If you don't dodge the ball, you get hit by the frickin' ball. Don't go around smacking little kids because they hit you with the ball when you're playing dodgeball, dumbass. Boner candidate number 2. The police chief doesn't scare me. Life-size cutout of the Green Bay police chief, warning against shoplifting. He put a bunch of them around town, and somebody swiped one of the cutouts. You know, the police, they did have a good sense of humor about it. The police chief said, you know, it's probably at a shooting range somewhere or at the bottom of a And boner candidate number 3, one by one, they are leaving the garbage scow helmed by Tucker Carlson.
Trucker
Carlson. Get that T in there firmly.
Trucker Carlson's a show I'd watch.
Tucker Carlson, he's gone from being, he was almost kind of liberal at one time when he was on CNN. Not liberal, but he was at least reasonable, as I recall. Yeah. He's just gone, just because he thinks he can get better ratings, he's just gone to being a conservative jerk. Let's see. Sherilyn won the scooter gift card. And the winner not by far and away, boner candidate number 1 did quite well, but Tucker Carlson wins boner round 1.
All right, that's your winner of round 1. It is not boner of the day yet. It will have to go up against the winner of round 2's voting. Yes, 3 more candidates at 8:20. We'll take the winner of that round and throw them both into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day is decided by you. So stick around. Do we want to? Is this sponsored, the X Poll?
Yeah, brought to you by the Sundance Film Festival, returning January 24th through February 3rd at Park City, Salt Lake City, and Sundance Resort. Discover the 2019 lineup, including world premiere films at sundance.org/festival.
Simple X Poll this year, or this day. What do you want for Christmas?
That's it.
877-602-9696. Although it's not that simple for some people. I never know. I can
Do you ever ask?
I can almost never answer that question anymore.
So Jonesy, my daughter, she had a Secret Santa thing at her dance company.
All right.
And they passed around a piece of paper, and it said, write down some things that you like on it, your favorite colors, your favorite... And so she had this piece of paper, and it said, the girl said, I like black and white, and I like goats, and I like Hershey's chocolate bars or something like that.
I want a chocolate goat.
And I said, Jonesy, what did you put on yours? And she said, I just said, get me anything. And I said, no, it's better if you were specific and say, I like black and white goats and chocolate. That's what so when people say, what do you want for Christmas? Don't say, just get me anything. Give them an idea.
No, God bless my wife. She sent me a list of stocking stuffers. And I'm going to go out and get everything on the list.
Doesn't that, aren't you appreciative of that?
But I don't really want anything. That's the problem.
I don't really need anything.
Yeah, I don't need anything.
No. I mean, Sue asked me, and I said, I suppose someone will give me Red Dead Redemption 2, and that'll be nice. Something to,
But some people are very, I guess the gift of booze is always good.
Oh, yeah, sure.
8776. And I leaned over to Dylan yesterday and said, so I'm going to give you and your sister money. And he went, yeah, that'll be okay.
Did you see what Punk got me for Christmas?
Yeah, nice.
I got a Ralph Wiggum and a Nelson Muntz.
Action figures or
And those are from the
Simpsons
Playmates
figures.
line that it's been gone for quite some time.
They're not, well, it's not the original.
Oh, they're not?
No, there was the one before it that they came with the different
Mattel,
bubble.
yeah.
Mattel.
877-602-9696. Call and participate in the Expo. What do you want for Christmas?
Yeah, my husband and I do consumable Christmas.
That's the way to
So
go.
we only get each other a couple little things because we like to save up for trips. That's what we like to do. So I'll get him a bottle of whiskey, he'll get me a bottle of wine, and we'll get each other some nice chocolate.
Usually whiskey's way more expensive than wine. You're getting cheated.
I don't know.
You're getting cheated.
But that's all we do is just a couple little things like that. There's no big present. But then we have a savings account for the travel that we do. So we put money. I would much rather spend money on.
We try to
that.
give the gift. We try to give gifts of experience.
Always love that.
877-602-9696. What do you want for Christmas, or what do you think you're getting for Christmas?
And we just did an ad for Boostique.
Always nice little stocking stuffers there.
Yeah, I've got all kinds of things for Joe there. I bought him the cherries before. See, that counts as consumable
Those
Christmas.
Luxardo cherries.
They
Oh
have
my God.
cardamom bitters, like cardamom flavored.
You know what?
bitters,
I've tried different bitters though, and I find just the
you just like the
the
basic.
straight ahead Angostura.
Angostura?
Yeah.
You know what else she has that I've given as gift? So she has mostly new stuff in there, but she gets some antique barware. Sometimes she goes to estate
Glasses.
sales and stuff. I've bought some of that for people for gifts before.
Yeah, those are great gifts.
Like antique champagne glasses and stuff.
Very nice.
Cardamom. I'm Scandinavian, that's right. I just tell people to go get something off my hold at Dr. Volt's.
Oh, see,
There you go.
no, but that's smart.
What's your hold number, punk?
147.
There you go.
I'm waiting for Kid Rock to come in and just pay it off.
Not gonna happen. Let's see. Let's go to Nikki. Nikki wants to start the X poll. Go
Hi,
ahead.
Mickey.
Mickey, actually.
Oh, Mickey.
Oh,
Okay.
Mickey.
All right.
Hey, Mickey, you're so fine.
You could be
Hey,
Nikki.
I'm actually asking for donations for Christmas.
Oh, that's very nice. What do you want donated?
I really haven't said, anything that anybody would spend money on me, take that same money and donate it.
Oh, donate it. I
do
see.
Do you want proof that they have done that?
Nope, don't really care, just as long as they do it.
The Human Fund.
There you go.
All right. All right. Well, Mickey, I'm going to make a donation on your behalf. Merry Christmas.
Oh, awesome.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Let's go to Shaylee. Hi,
Hey,
Shaylee.
guys.
Hi.
Thanks for letting me listen.
Sure.
So I ask for the same thing every year, which is Botox, and I never get it.
Oh, somebody give Shaylee Botox.
Why not? Why don't you get it?
I assume because it's expensive, and people always say, "Oh, you don't need it. You don't need it." I don't care that I need it or not.
But
I
if you want it,
It's not that. I don't think it's that horribly expensive.
well, it depends on how much you get. It's
Well, yeah. It depends on how much. you
Well,
get.
you want a lot? Do you need a lot? Are you really wrinkled?
I
mean, I want a lot. I like looking young.
The trick is to get it before you're wrinkled. That's the trick.
Yeah.
Exactly, and to maintain it so your wrinkles don't come.
Why don't you claim that you need it because you have horrible migraines?
Oh,
there you go.
Oh my God, you don't know how many times I've thought of doing that.
Well,
Do it. You need to do it.
It's for my health.
All right.
All right. Thanks, Shaylee.
Good luck,
Thanks,
Shaylee.
guys.
Bye.
We will continue this X poll if you insist after these messages. 877-602-9696. What do you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's the question. Pretty easy.
I want no traffic accidents for Christmas, but that's not right now. Crash northbound I-15, 82nd south in Midvale, off to the right shoulder. We've got a crash southbound I-15, milepost 330. This is just south of 200 North in Kaysville, right shoulder affected there. Crash northbound 1900 West Midland Drive, that's up in Roy. Northbound I-15 Main Street on-ramp in Lehigh, right shoulder affected there. Let's see, we got some new ones coming in here. A medical emergency northbound I-15 53rd South on-ramp in Murray. Right lane is blocked there. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. We'll be back with the X poll, 877-602-9696, if you wish to participate. Oh, yeah, we got to record this one,
Yeah.
don't we? Right?
Mhm.
3, 2, 1. UtahAdvocates.com is the website.
So we tell you there are a lot of lawyers out there, and that's true. Many, many lawyers, but there are only one group of lawyers called the advocates, UtahAdvocates.com.
Advocates meaning they are going to fight for you.
They will advocate on your behalf if you've been involved in an accident. They will navigate the treacherous insurance companies. They know how to deal with them. And they're a small law firm. They will treat you with the personal care that you need.
And here's the thing about your insurance policy. You probably haven't read it. They have read your insurance policy.
They know the ins and outs. They know the ways of the insurance companies. If you've been hurt in an accident, not necessarily just an auto accident, slips and falls, dog bites, bicycle accidents, all of that. Now, you call them 801-355-5550, or you go to their website, utahadvocates.com. They won't charge you anything unless they take your case and get you a settlement. utahadvocates.com.
X96, Downtown Alliance, and the Gateway present Salt Lake's biggest and funnest New Year's Eve celebration. from Hell on X96 with geek news specialist Carrie Jackson.
Well,
So what do you want for Christmas?
Yeah.
That's the Expo.
877-602-9696. Call us and tell us, what do you want for Christmas?
What do you want for Christmas?
Or what do you think you're getting for Christmas?
The Monster cereal Pez dispensers.
That's what you want?
That's what I want.
Those
Punk?
They exist, right?
Yeah, they're the Funko ones. Funko Pez.
okay.
That's really what you want for Christmas? Yeah.
My goals are small.
Oh.
Make it down the driveway to the mailbox. Make it back.
That's simple.
Let's see. Quite a few people texting in. I want a big fat diamond, and I'm not going to get it.
Well, you might. You don't
nope.
know.
Scared boyfriend, it says here.
Wow.
Let's see. I want a real bed for me and my 7-year-old.
Oh.
He's on an air mattress, and I sleep on a recliner.
Find out who that is.
Yes.
Let's not. I'm serious.
Okay.
Can we find out who that is?
It's in the chat room. Would you
See if you can find
follow
out
up on that?
We should be able to do that.
I would think we should be able to do that. I always ask for a new car in my driveway with a big bow on it, and I never get it.
Like the TV
Does
commercials.
anybody ever get those?
Yes.
Yes.
I've
You
seen
think?
it. Yeah.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, my buddy Alexis said he could get me one if I wanted it.
A big bow?
Yeah.
The bow, not the car.
Exactly. I was just gonna put the bow in the driveway.
Let's put it on my old car.
Make it. I guess somebody stole your car.
Oh, darn it! It was a fabulous car too.
Let's check with Tim the Tree Guy. He calls us every day here, almost. Tim?
Yes, sir.
What do you want for
Good morning.
Christmas? Hi.
I have two. The one that's relatively rational is I would love my wife to tell me what she wants.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. You do your loved ones a favor by telling them what you want.
Did you tell her what you want for Christmas?
Well, see, what I want isn't rational.
What is that?
Punk can probably chime in on this one, and I want my 25-year-old body back.
I want my 15-year-old body back.
I'll settle for 25. Let's not go too crazy.
Yeah.
Well, if you listened all year long for her to say, "Man, I need a new one of these,"
Yeah, dropping hints.
You're expecting me to listen?
Oh, see, there's
Oh,
yeah. All right. Thanks, Tim.
Yeah.
All right, we'll see you.
Bye bye.
Let's go to Jeremy. Hello,
Hey,
Jeremy. What do you want for Christmas?
Hey, guys. Well, this is actually for more of an idea for people that don't know what to get for their siblings that are hard to shop for. I saw it on Ellen, actually. It's a website that you go to, and it's owned by these two brothers who are blind.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like shopblind.com, and there's no items on their website. You just hit add to cart. And
it's just a random.
They shop.
they
send you
just feel around the
random
shelves for
things.
something.
So you say, I want to spend $50 or whatever, and then they.
Really?
That's kind of
That
funny.
is awesome.
You have no idea what you're getting.
Really?
But, all of the proceeds go to the Cure for Blindness, which is kind of cool.
I like that.
This is fantastic.
So you just put in an amount, and you say, I'm going to spend $25, and then they send you something.
Exactly.
You sure this isn't a scam?
That's bizarre.
All right.
And they can't complain about it because it's for the blindness. And so
It's a donation.
And you can be so there. It is legit. They will.
It said the premise of Shop Blind is trust. We're asking you to trust us to get a product we think you'll love without ever having seen it.
Pirate eye patch.
I love this.
That's pretty funny.
Wow. Okay.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Yeah.
If you decide to trust us, we'll be choosing your purchase sight unseen. You simply select your price point, and then we'll send it.
And there's probably some vetting there. They say we are brothers, we are blind.
Yeah. There's a whole. It's for charity.
That's funny.
I now think I know what happened to American Novelty.
I'm gonna set this up with my brother Scott, and we'll say we're two brothers who are stupid. So we're really stupid. If you want something stupid,
we'll get you something stupid,
and we'll give to stupid charities.
Yeah.
Let's see. I rub my wife's feet for 20 minutes every day in December.
My wife gave me 12 foot massages last year.
12 foot? Did you have like a punch card?
No, it's a box, and I haven't used them all. and there were 12 jars in there with salt, sugar foot massage.
Oh, like separate little kits?
Yeah, which she made, and it says foot massage on each jar.
And how many have you used?
I think it's 5 or
You need
something
to
like
cash
that.
those in.
I know, she's been trying to get me to cash them all in. Do you want a foot massage today? I always feel weird about it, though. It's like I should pay somebody for that.
Well, that's a gift.
I know.
It's personal, from the heart.
I know. But it's like I feel guilty about it.
A heated blanket for my bed or a boyfriend?
Either one.
Yeah. Well, you don't have to take any guff from a blanket.
Carrie, the coordinator, I hope my husband is listening. I want a weighted blanket.
Love the weight.
She's talked about that before.
Murder blanket.
The murder blanket.
Murder blanket.
Ancestry DNA test.
I want a smothering pillow. For
Good.
myself.
Now,
it already has
here's-
an indentation in it.
Here's someone that says, I can't have any more babies, so I want a puppy. Now, it's okay to get somebody a puppy if they ask for a puppy.
Yeah.
But don't just get somebody a puppy or a kitty or a bunny for Christmas if they haven't asked for it.
What about if you can't have any more puppies and you want a baby?
No babies for Christmas unless you ask for it.
At least the baby you know what to do with. Some of those dogs, man, you don't walk them enough, you're in trouble.
That's right.
That's true.
Baby, you can just leave home.
Exactly.
Let's see. Shasta says, all I want for Christmas is for Carrie to play the Monkeys drop for me.
Monkeys?
That one?
I hope it's that one. That's the one you're getting.
I once hired a monkey to take notes for me in class.
Monkeys!
Oh, Brack, we love you.
Brack, there's nothing funny about saying the word monkey.
Oh, well, I guess you just had to be there.
I suppose so.
All right, there you go. Good enough.
Bad slowage eastbound SR 201 at I-215 West. An incident there that's caused a massive slowdown through that area. Crash northbound I-15 at Provost Center Street on-ramp. Right shoulder affected there. Medical emergency northbound I-15 53rd South on-ramp in Murray.
It's good it's at 53rd South.
Yeah.
There's a hospital
Right there, yeah. Crash northbound I-15 82nd South in Midvale. And a crash southbound I-15 at milepost 330. This is just south of 200 North in Kaysville off to the right shoulder. That's traffic.
All right.
Boners round 2 coming up. Here are your candidates. Boner candidate number 1, butt biter. Boner candidate number 2, I'm betting it was Coldplay. And boner candidate number 3, at the moment I am cash poor.
All right. Round 2 of your boners. Big boy news. All coming up. Stand by for all of it. Diamonds Direct.
There's a good gift.
Yes. The perfect gift to be those earrings. The diamond stud earrings.
Yep. Listen, Diamonds Direct is open on Sunday as well. So if you haven't gotten a gift yet, let's make it easy. Diamonds Direct. It's the only place you need to go. Diamonds Direct. 3 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. This is after you get the Diamonds Direct unbelievable, unbeatable price guarantee. You pick any item, divide the price by 36. Math is hard. And that's your low payment. Think about it. $3,000 diamond pendant or bracelet, just $85 a month. That's the 30 divided by 36. So how about a pair of diamond stud earrings that you've always wanted to give your beloved? That diamond and sapphire bracelet. How about that designer ring or eternity band? Diamonds Direct will make it easy. They have gifts women love and men love. They'll take you by the hand and help you pick it out. They know what's popular. They can work with any budget. Diamonds Direct. Now through December, get 3 years, 0 interest financing on any purchase. Go big. You can do it. Diamonds Direct, 6400 South, across from the Fashion Place Mall, open every Sunday in December until 3 p.m. on Christmas Eve. On approved credit. See store for details.
The holidays are a time of family, a time of appreciating those you love. 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
There's a reason I bring that one out only once a year. Let's see, 8:22 right now. Pay attention. It's round 2 of your boner voting. 3 news stories. They are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You will decide with your votes of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll throw both winners into the boner fight at 9:20, and that's when you'll decide boner of the day. So, boner fight coming up. 2 candidates now, a third after the news. Once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. One of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
Stretch the Truth Trump. Everyone needs this Trump version of Stretch Armstrong in their holiday stocking. Portion of the proceeds go to benefit the Homeless Veterans Fellowship. StretchTheTruth.com/X96.
Here's boner candidate number 1. Butt biter. A former middle school teacher has pleaded guilty to biting a 14-year-old girl's butt as the teen played water volleyball during a 4th of July celebration in Georgia.
Gross.
Jonathan William Herbert will serve 30 days in jail and 4 years probation under a plea deal reached on Friday, according to the Daily Mail. Mr. Herbert allegedly did nothing to hide his actions.
Ugh.
Multiple witnesses saw the drunken teacher swim underwater and bite the girl on the butt while in a lake north of Atlanta. He then tried to bribe a cop with $200 after he was captured.
I'm really sorry, dude.
Here.
Let's just make good on this.
Come here. It's $200 and let's let it go. I didn't mean, I don't know what came over me. He didn't have any connection to the girl or her family. He resigned from his teaching job. His battery, public drunkenness, and bribery charges will be wiped from his record if he completes it. So he had no prior record, of never done anything like this before. He just swam underwater, bit her on the butt.
Jeez.
Nope.
My favorite part of it was the bribe.
Yep.
Come on, guys. Dude, let's just forget about it.
I don't know.
I think you could have paid somebody less to do that.
Boner candidate number 1. Butt biter.
All right.
Boner candidate number 2. I'm betting it was Coldplay. Police in Mesa, Arizona say a man is in custody for allegedly killing his roommate over their choice of music. They say 41-year-old Sheldon Sturgill is in jail on suspicion of second-degree murder. It was unclear if he has a lawyer yet. Police say officers were sent to an apartment complex last Friday about a report of a shooting, and they found Mr. Sturgill at the scene. Mr. Sturgill told officers that he had shot his roommate after an argument and fistfight over the type of music they were listening to at the time.
And it really doesn't say in the...
Police said the victim was pronounced dead at the scene. The person's name and age haven't been released. Sturgill told police he had been drinking shots and beer with his roommate before the fight and shooting occurred. Doesn't say what music was being played.
Coldplay. Nickelback. Coldplay.
I'm betting it was Coldplay.
Nickelback.
Boner candidate number 2. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. At the moment, I am cash poor.
All right, boner candidate number 3 for round 2. Right after this, big boy news and opinioendo brought to you by.
Go to Hale, Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air for a $49 furnace tune-up, which includes a 19-point safety inspection. Scott Hale, amazingly different, surprisingly better. ScottHale.com.
For you, Gina.
For me.
From the British press.
Yes.
The Daily Mail. Sandra Bullock ravished in a revealing red gown on Monday for a special screening of Bird Box in New York City. The 54-year-old actress wore a crimson sleeveless dress with a front diamond cutout for the event at Alice Tully Hall at Lincoln Center.
That's not good.
The Oscar winner showed a hint of side boob upon arrival for the screening of the Netflix post-apocalyptic sci-fi horror movie.
It's like Michael
In
Jackson.
other news...
It is a strange-looking dress, man. Did you see it? Throw it up there again,
sure.
Dylan.
That's not good.
X96.com/live.
In the other photo that's accompanying the story, she shows a hint of side boob.
Just a hint.
A hint of side boob.
I don't know how you do with that. Anyway.
By the way, that dress is available.
Carol Burnett's curtains.
Yeah.
So we had the story the other day. Michael Weatherly is in that show Bull, and apparently he harassed Eliza Dushku, and she was written out of the show and got a $9.5 million settlement. And, well, as it turns out, every other actor and actress on the planet who's ever worked with him has rushed to his defense.
So what do you take from that?
I don't know. Just days after reports that CBS paid Eliza Dushku $9.5 million in settlement over sexual harassment on the set of Bull by actor Michael Weatherly, two of his NCIS co-stars have tweeted their support. December 15 tweet by NCIS favorite Paulie Perrette says, "This man is a man I love, respect, trust. I know." Another co-star, Sasha Alexander, tweeting, "My friend, we've been in the trenches together." On December 13th, the New York Times reported that on the set of Bull, Weatherly had made comments about Dushku's appearance, along with rape jokes and invitation to join him in a threesome. Dushku had guest starred on the show for a 3-episode arc that was originally intended to become a recurring role. The settlement reflects what Dushku would have earned in 4 seasons as a full-time cast member.
So maybe they just bought her out of her contract?
Seems like what they did, but it's just so kind of interesting. But I guess you can be one thing to a group of people and something entirely different to someone else. The other big story along this same lines, and I've forgotten to put it down in my file this morning. CBS has officially fired Les Moonves.
So no
big $21 million or whatever it was.
Golden parachute.
Golden parachute.
No, it was more than that. It was
121.
His parachute's going to be a gold brick.
Yep.
Well, I don't think he's going to be hurting for money anyway.
Probably got plenty.
But
and then now we're also hearing stories about careers that he has tanked because of various reasons. There was a big article, I think it was in the Hollywood Reporter, about how he kind of ruined Janet Jackson at the height of her career.
And Sybil Shepherd,
Sybil
I think,
Shepherd
said the
too,
same
yeah.
thing.
Although Sybil Shepherd went on to do okay, but there were, and so did Janet Jackson, but there were, he was pretty rough. Now I'm wondering how Julie Chen, Julie Chen Moonves, is she going to still be Julie Chen Moonves now?
Well, she's not on the. She's already said she's not coming back to the talk.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Resident writers say they're not only having a blast, but they're finding ways to incorporate new rentable e-scooters into their daily travels, and they want more of them in their neighborhoods, according to a just completed survey and correspondence with Salt Lake City. Yet negative sidewalk encounters between scooter riders and pedestrians are numerous, and both city officials and scooter vendors recognize it as the premier issue in search of a solution. The single biggest source of complaints about the new dockless vehicles tracks back to Salt Lake City's original purveyor of shared two-wheeled transportation, Green Bike, a program that's holding its own but looking for new ideas since e-scooters appeared on the streets of Salt Lake this summer. If you're not familiar with, everybody knows what they are by this time. Bird rent scooters and bikes for rides via smartphone app. Instead of needing to be returned to the designated location or dock, like Green Bikes, you can just dump them wherever. A Deseret News records request of correspondence between residents and Salt Lake City government via email account the city established to field complaints and comments about them reflects scores of accounts from pedestrians feeling menaced by the scooters, which are prohibited as are bikes from operating on sidewalks in the downtown area. They are prohibited from sidewalks, and that doesn't seem to stop anybody.
I see them every day.
Yeah. I saw some guy wreck with his small child on a scooter just the other day on a sidewalk.
No helmets, I'm sure.
On a sidewalk on Main Street just last week. Now, it didn't look like they were seriously hurt, but he had a little kid, like a toddler, and they kind of crashed. So it's a problem that's growing, and there will be there's going to be more. There will be more restrictions coming, and then you're starting to see more of the green bikes, the bicycles that have the same kind of app that electric bikes. And again, I think all in all, it's a great idea. There just needs to be some way to deal with them a little better, and I don't know what that way is.
I was going to say,
they've never had a way to deal with the skateboards. They just say no.
Yeah, there's no driver's education for scooters.
And I think it's kind of a wave of the future. Someday there'll be cars like that. There'll be cars that you just hop into.
You have an app on your phone?
Have an app on your phone. You drive it somewhere and leave it. It makes a lot of sense. It's an electric vehicle, and you drive it somewhere and you leave it, and somebody else gets in it and drives it somewhere and leaves it.
Hoverball.
Yeah. Let's see. I want to get to a couple of other stories. This is the Center for Disease Control say gun deaths are at their highest level in 40 years. Nearly 40,000 people in the United States died from a gunshot wound in 2017. According to the data, 14,542 were murders, 23,854 were ruled suicide. The CEO of Lutheran Services Florida Health Systems, Christine Caulfield, calls the high suicide rate a silent disease. These individuals that do complete suicide, when autopsies are performed, they definitely have one or more substances in their body at the time of suicide death, Caulfield said. She said those who take their own lives tend to fit the same demographic. We are seeing a real rise in suicide, particularly males age 60 or higher.
Really?
Bill, your car app already exists. It's called Turo.
Turo, T-U-R-O?
T-U-R-O, and it's slowly gaining popularity.
And I think I've heard they have that at airports. Is one of the places.
I think it's a wonderful. That's a wonderful idea. You can make it work. That's a great thing. Let's see. Okay.
All right.
More than 32,000 badgers.
Oh, we're going to get into this.
Were killed in England this fall during the annual badger cull, which is intended to reduce tuberculosis in cattle.
You didn't know there was a badger cull, did you?
No. Government officials claim
Wisconsin was a little overcrowded.
The badger state. Yeah. Government officials claim the culls are effective in starting to reduce prevalence of disease in cows, but independent scientists said the officials are cherry-picking data and making up targets as they go along.
They just want to kill the badgers.
TB in cattle cost taxpayers over £100 million in compensation every year, with 33,000 infected animals slaughtered in 2017. The Environmental Secretary, Michael Gove, approved a huge expansion of badger culling in September. This resulted in the largest number of animals killed to date. An independent review of TB control commissioned by Gove and published in November concluded that frequent trading of cattle and poor biosecurity on farms was severely hampering control efforts. It was wrong to blame badgers as the main cause of the outbreaks.
It's not the badgers' fault.
Scientists said, although Gove had told them not to assess whether the current badger culls were working. So apparently...
We just like killing badgers.
Let me get my badger club out.
So apparently they say that badgers are coming out of their holes and biting cattle and causing tuberculosis. Well, that is a lie.
I'm glad we're shining a light on this.
We just like killing badgers, sir.
I mean, it's poor badgers.
We're not much different from you Americans. Killing things is fun.
A bunch of filthy badger killers. Where are we going to get enough badgers to make badger balm?
And apparently there's more than one. There's of your car apps.
The cars?
There's many of them. Zipcar. There's Hollywood Tim says he's used it in L.A.
We don't have them around here yet.
There's one up in Seattle, I guess, or in certain cities, but they're kind of branching out. So.
All right.
All right.
Huh.
Sports, weather, traffic.
The Jazz lost again. But it's hard to beat James Harden and his beard, who got 47 points last night. Next up, well, it should be an easy one for him. It's Golden State. No, that Golden State is not going to be any. But maybe they'll surprise us. I bet they do.
Play defense?
Yep. Yeah, they'll do that against Gold. They'll have to. Weather, we had a tiny storm come through yesterday. Didn't do much to clear out the air, so please try to limit your driving today if possible. 40 for a high. Traffic, we've got a crash, SR 73 in Tooele County at milepost 7. Crash southbound I-15, milepost 330, that's Layton Parkway, right shoulder being affected there. Crash northbound I-15 at Provo Center Street on-ramp, right shoulder affected there.
Stalker.
And crash northbound I-15, 82nd south in Midvale. That's traffic.
All right. Here's boner candidate number 3. At the moment, I am cash poor. A McDonald's worker apparently wasn't loving it when a drive-through customer reportedly tried to pay for his food with a baggie of marijuana.
What can I get for this many?
Yeah. How come his hair is like... he's like frozen. And
there's a gentle breeze in the police office.
It happened about 2 a.m. Sunday when police were called to the McDonald's in Port St. Lucie, Florida. The McDonald's worker told the cops that a man in a Pontiac four-door drove through the drive-thru of the McDonald's and tried to exchange a baggie of pot for some food. The McDonald's worker refused, and the car drove off. Police got a description of the man with the apparent Mickey D's munchies and stayed in the area. Short time later, the suspect again came to the drive-thru of the McDonald's, and police made contact with the suspect and noticed a heavy odor of pot coming from the car. Investigators reported finding a small amount of marijuana in the vehicle, which had a surfboard sticking out of the back window.
Of course it did.
The driver, identified as Anthony Andrew Gallagher of Port St. Lucie, was arrested on charges of possession of marijuana and DUI.
This is the same McDonald's?
Yeah. I thought maybe you would reconsider. I'm at the moment I am cash poor. Boner candidate number 3.
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1, butt biter. A teacher admitted to swimming underwater at the pool and biting a young girl on the butt. She was playing volleyball, water polo or something. Boner candidate number 2, I'm betting it was Coldplay. A man in Mesa, Arizona, accused of killing his roommate over the choice of music. And boner candidate number 3, at the moment I am cash poor.
All right, there you go. You've got to decide of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. Our CD player works once in a while, apparently. There we go. You've got to decide which one is the winner of round 2, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Pretty easy to do. Just put the single digit in that message. That's how the computer counts it, so when you text. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Looks like Cynthia is taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting December 18 and vote there. All right. You got less than 300 seconds to do it. Let's go. This is round 2.
When Carrie, Bill, and Gina run out of things to bitch about, we give you a 1-hour nonstop music wingding at 10 a.m. on X96. RFH Cary. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right. 8:46, time to award round 2 of your boners.
And round 2 of the boners is brought to you in part by Queen Amman.
And looking for that perfect gift this holiday season, check out Utah Pro Scooters in Layton Hills Mall and in Sandy. Utah Pro Scooters carry all the top brands like Envy, Lucky, and more. Wasatch Front's only pro scooter shop.
So there was boner candidate number 1, butt biter. A former teacher admitted to swimming underwater and biting a teenaged girl's butt.
Gross.
And then trying to bribe a cop $200. Hey, dude, you didn't see that. Let's
Dude,
just.
I figure it's worth about 200.
Yeah. Come on.
What do you say we make this go away?
Hey, come on, man. I don't think so, sir. Then boner candidate number 2 was, I'm betting it was Coldplay.
Nickelback.
Shot his roommate over. Killed him over choice of music. No more Coldplay! It's all yellow. And boner candidate number 3, at the moment I'm kind of cash poor, tried to pay for his McDonald's order once with pot, and then
twice,
and then circled back around and tried to do it again.
What can I get for this, man?
Maybe I'll get a different person.
I need a burger.
It's really good kush, dude. Let's see. Wes won a Stretch the Truth Trump doll. And the winner, boner candidate number 1, butt biter.
All right. It's your winner of round 2. It now has a chance to become boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We'll throw them both into boner fight at 9:20. That's when boner of the day will be decided by you.
Space Force, space, 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 force, space
Rainbows.
Force, space, space, force, space force, space, space.
Yep, he just signed it.
Space Force.
He's making Space Force today. Look at this. Don't pay attention to the Flynn sentencing.
He's been holding on to Space Force because he's been talking about this for a while, but they were holding on to Space Force until they needed a shiny key.
A nice distraction. Here, look at Space Force.
That's another reason for the aliens to laugh at it.
Yep.
Space Force, space.
Did he should have rolled out some, prototype uniforms.
Oh,
had some models.
That's what Russia would have done.
Some caps.
Ivanka would design those, wouldn't she?
Had some models.
Go back to Battle of the Planets. Some really big collars.
They say it. I say no way. My apartment is all sealed. You're telling me that affects the ozone layer. I want to be a little gray.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right. I'm supposed to kick you out of here, punk.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be late for your appointment.
Yeah, Mommy's mad.
David.
Don't make your mom mad.
Your mother's waiting for you in the lobby. Get in the car, go up to the university, and get your lymph drained.
Thank you, everybody. Merry Christmas.
Thank you so
Merry
much,
Christmas,
Punk.
Love being
Appreciate
here.
that.
We do always delight in seeing you.
People
Same here.
want more of you, and I keep telling them as soon as his health, gets to the point where he can be in here more often, he's always welcome.
well.
And if you go to
I got Ivan on my side now. Matt Ivan.
That's true.
Advanced Therapeutic Massage. He'll make anything happen for me.
if you go to, so we have a couple different podcasts associated with Radio from Hell show, and one of them is Radio from Hell Best Of, and that's best of, like from today. There'll be probably Punk being here today, but we have old best ofs with Punk actually doing his movie review and junk food update. So go there and look for old Punk.
Radio from Hell Classic.
We're going to look at adding to that library. So
Yes.
All
all right.
Punk.
Thank you.
Do you need any help?
No, I got my cane and crutch, whatever.
All right.
My water.
Okay.
You'll make it.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Punk.
All right. Let's see.
So the Olympics. You want to talk about that here briefly?
Yeah, we've got
I just had this idea though that if Salt Lake really wants to get the Winter Olympics.
No, so it's not a for sure thing.
No,
well,
right?
we're the city in the United States that they've decided to put
The United
forward.
States Olympic Committee has said yes. Salt Lake would be our choice. Now the International Olympic Committee has to.
So we'll be going up against other cities.
The world.
Yeah.
Okay.
And but if we really want it, we're going to have to find the Hoberman Arch. It's missing.
Now remind people what the Hoberman Arch
at the Olympic Medals Plaza down here by Triad. Hoberman, I can't think of his first name now. He designed this beautiful arch. He's
Chuck Hoberman.
Charles Hoberman. He's famous for doing these big arches and constructions. And he designed one for the Medals Plaza, and it would contract and then it would open up into this big lighted construction.
Like a curtain. So like if they had a band performing, it would be closed, and then, ladies and gentlemen, Bruce Springsteen or whoever.
No, we didn't get
and
that.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
But then it would slowly
expand and open up into this big, beautiful thing, and was lighted. And then after the Olympics, it was taken apart and put up by Rice-Eccles Stadium, but just in a
X96.com/live has a.
That's how it looked when it was up at Rice-Eccles Stadium. That's how it looked when it was closed, and they never did open it up at Rice-Eccles Stadium.
No, it was a stationary.
As a matter of fact, it was there were not all of the pieces of it were at Rice-Eccles Stadium that was not able to open there. It was just a fixed. And then when they decided, well, we're going to be Pac-12, they took it down because they expanded the stadium, and they put it in storage, which meant they took it apart and then put a lot of it into a salvage yard or something, and somebody broke in and stole it.
Not the whole thing.
A bunch of parts of it. A lot of it's missing. So we need to find it. If we want the Olympics again, we're going to have to find the Hoberman Arch.
Well, we have until 2030.
So I have an idea we should find it. We should do a podcast.
like a
detective story. And I thought, well, I don't have
search for Hoberman's Arch.
Yeah, but you know who should do it?
Who?
Chris Van Oker. You remember?
Yeah.
So when Salt Lake City got the Olympic bid, Chris Van Oker, when they announced we were going to get the Olympic bid again, Chris Van Oker said, "Don't worry, I'm retired," because he was the one who broke the whole Olympic scandal.
That's what he got his Peabody Award for.
Yeah, but he did all the reporting on that, and when we got the second announcement, he said, "Don't worry, I'm retired. I'm not." But I think Chris Van Oker should do a podcast.
Search for the Hoberman Arch.
Search for the Hoberman Arch, and do a real serious investigation. You know, do the whole background thing. Yeah? Huh?
But what happened to the Hoberman Arch? Many people say that it was lost. Many people say it was stolen.
But you get Chuck Hoberman.
And what happened to Charles Hoberman? No one has ever heard from him.
No, he's kind of pissed. He was very pissed about the whole thing.
So I've decided to find out myself. We traveled to Salt Lake City.
Well, he lives in Salt Lake City.
We started asking questions. People asked, is this for a podcast or NPR? I said, well, they're the same thing essentially.
What's the difference?
All right.
Carrie, you should do it. You just sounded like...
I'm not interested.
No?
I think Van Oker could do it. He would do a brilliant... And I mean, seriously, do it. Let's find the Hoberman Arch. Because it's probably... Some of it's out there somewhere.
It's out there somewhere. And we'll find it. At least by episode 10.
But you see, he doesn't... But Chris doesn't sound like that.
No, I was just doing a podcast host voice.
Well, I know. Chris could do it and do it right. Do it
like Chris?
Do it like, let's see, Howard Chris.
All right, let's see.
Let's see, Howard Chris.
At the Hoberman Arch, no, I can't do a Chris.
Yeah.
I used to be able to do a Chris Van Oker.
That's what
I haven't heard his voice in a while. So
you should listen to the Van Oker Group podcast.
Yeah, but he's not doing his news guy voice on that. He's just being himself. He's just talking. I needed Chris Van Oker TV report so I can listen to it and then get his voice down. All right.
We're looking for the Hoberman Arch, and we'll find it by episode 10.
10 episodes to find the
12.
Hoberman?
We'll do 12
no, I
for
was
the
thinking more
Hoberman
like
Arch.
Usually it takes 10.
Let's see. Crash SR-73. This is 8 miles southeast of Rush Valley in Tooele. Crash southbound I-15 Layton Parkway in Davis County. Crash northbound I-15 Provo Street on-ramp. Right shoulder being affected there. Friend of the program says crash southbound I-15 just before a Parish Lane exit in Davis County, starting to back up there. Actually, a couple of friends of the program are reporting that one. That's it.
My wife's got a great idea. She says everyone should just look for pieces of the Hoberman Arch in their garage, closet, storage, or backyard. I just looked. We don't have it. So if everybody does that and reports back to us, then
maybe it'll be there.
We'll find it eventually. Tuesday Tunes with Todd coming up. Stand by for that. Grove.co/X96. She looked down into the bathroom and found the scented soaps. From Grove.co. Mrs. Myers, and this is an exclusive offer from Grove. Get it before it runs out. We have the Iowa Pine. Well, I had the Orange Clove and went through it, and I liked it, and I thought, that's my favorite. But then the Iowa Pine showed up.
Now you have two favorites.
Now I like the Iowa Pine. So maybe peppermint is next. This is the special offer. New customers will get a holiday set when you place your first order of $20. You get free Mrs. Myers Holiday Hand Soap, Holiday Dish Soap, and Holiday Multi-Surface Spray, a Grove Collaborative Red Cleaning Caddy, and Walnut Scrubber Sponges. Plus, if you spend $39, you'll also receive free Grove Stoneware Tray to display your holiday soaps. Perfect in time for the holidays. They smell great, and they clean up very nicely. Shop Grove before this exclusive holiday offer runs out. It's going very quickly. For a limited time, our listeners who sign up get an amazing free Mrs. Myers holiday products, free 60-day VIP membership, and a surprise bonus gift just for you when you sign up and place an order of $20 or more. Check out Grove and our special offer at grove.co/X96. You got to do that /X96 to make sure you get the deal and that we get the credit. That's grove.co, not com/X96.
Hi, I'm Todd Newcomb. I was born in Utah, and I grew up listening to alternative music in Utah.
Condom. Condom. Spell it with me now. C-O-N-D-O-M. And now let's use it in some dialogue featuring those two Utah guys, Levar and Legrand. We join Levar and Legrand as they split a hot fudge sundae and have some post-em down to the Snellgroves. Remember, the word of the day is condom.
Oh, ma'am, this is really some good hot fudge. Nobody does fudge like Snellgroves, don't you think, Levar?
Yeah, I suppose.
Oh, and they make a mean cup of post-em, don't they?
Yeah, I guess.
Well, of course, Leatherby's is pretty good, too, like you. Well, you like the Leatherby's, don't you?
Yeah, whatever.
Well, for heck's sakes, Levar, what is your problem? You are as closed-mouthed as a clam today.
Oh, it's nothing against you, Legrand. I'm just worried about my nephew Varnell. I'm afraid he's gonna have to get married, and he's just too young.
Why, what did he do? Did he get that little girl he was going with pregnant?
Well, she's knocked up all right, but it ain't Varnell's fault. He don't have no experience with women. He didn't know what he was doing. He's a good boy. Varnell is just a little bit naive in the ways of love and sex. He got her in the family way all right, but he was fooled by that little tramp Chanel. She conned him into it. He didn't want to have sex with her, but she conned him into it with those feminine spells and such. She conned him, Legrand.
Now settle down, Levar. I believe you. Same thing happened to me when I married Vernille. She used some kind of evil spell to get me to have sex with her, too. Well, not before we was married, of course. But she uses them spells on me now. For heck's sakes, I don't want to have sex with the woman, but somehow she gets me to rise to the deed.
Well, that's what happened with Varnell. I mean, that temptress conned him into the sex deed. I told him this would have been avoided if he'd just wore one of them little rubber things on the end of his tallywhacker. What do you call them things?
I just call them rubbers.
Well, if he'd have had on a rubber, she wouldn't have gotten pregnant, even if he weakened when she conned him into sex. Now, he's not going to be able to open that lawnmower and knife sharpening business he's dreamed of. His life is just over.
Well, now have some more post-em, Levar.
hates. No, really, she does. Promise. Follow her on Twitter at RFHGina and find out for yourself. Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, it's 9:04 right now. And here he is. Oh, hi, Todd.
Tuesday Turns with Todd on X96. Ready for Hell.
Hi, Todd.
So it's Christmas a week from today, right?
Yep.
One week from today.
We shall skip this until everyone's back for the new year, starting after today.
This is the last one.
So the last Tuesday Tunes of Todd, Tuesday Tunes with Todd of the year.
Of 2018.
All right.
Okay.
And it's part of that, time of the year where the record companies and everyone's just kind of on hiatus.
Yeah,
so the new releases are already out there.
Well, why aren't we on hiatus?
We're getting there. We're getting there. So Muse, their new album came out, and it's really good. This came out about a month ago or so. It's called Simulation Theory, and it's that album where they've been like throwing singles off this thing for like a year.
Yeah.
Like before it came out. So we're into like the 5th single from the album, but it's good. Like I'm a Muse fan, and I'll admit that those last couple albums were kind of for me, but this one just keeps me happy all the way through.
They kind of pop back on track.
Yeah, they did.
I need more that keep me happy. So.
They did, and it's one of my favorites of the year so far. I guess so far the year's almost over, so it has to be one of my favorites of the year. And this they're going to be here on the 28th of February at Vivint Smart Home Arena. Too,
Oh, is that right?
Which is
Okay.
a show you'll want to see.
They always put on a good show.
Oh,
they have been doing this for a very long time.
Yeah.
So they are professionals.
They know how to impress you on stage, and this track's pretty cool. It's called Pressure.
All right. Here it is. Tuesday Tunes with Todd. Muse. Pressure. X96. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's tasty.
They may have a future.
And I think I heard a kazoo in there. I'm pretty sure I heard a kazoo.
I hope. I mean, if they break out a kazoo when they're on stage,
Sure.
Somebody dig into that and find out.
Then we'll be there. But yeah, Muse, that was Pressure, and they're going to be in town on February 28th at Vivint.
An electric kazoo.
More of that.
More kazoo.
We end Tuesday Tunes with Todd on for the year on a kazoo.
That was a good choice. That was a very good choice. I like that one.
Thank you.
They always seem to satisfy, I think. And they're great to play in Guitar Hero.
And I would also say thank you for that Blue October show. That was
magical, was it not?
That ended up being really terrific.
You did a great job.
I was quite surprised. I had no idea what I was going to see, and it was really amazing.
Yeah, it was cool. Just a very brilliant night of just a great performance. So there you go.
Nice way to end the year.
Yeah, good stuff.
All right.
Oh, and there's a new episode of the Railroad Roll By podcast.
Oh, yes?
Just dropped just seconds ago.
Is it about trains?
It's about trains. It's about the George H.W. Bush funeral train. That locomotive is going to come through town.
Really?
Yeah.
Without he's
right. No, they're not going to take the corpse on.
He's already in the
I
mausoleum.
was gonna say, I didn't know about this.
Yeah, but the locomotive is going to tour the UP Union Pacific system, so I believe it will roll through Ogden. We don't have dates yet.
But you'll go see it, won't you?
Well, yeah.
Well, of course.
No, that's a cool locomotive.
It's a train event.
You'll hear all about it on the podcast.
All right. Thank you, Todd.
Tuesday Turns with Todd on X96. Ran from hell.
All right, coming up, let's see. We have boner fights. And before that, a reasonable amount of news. Stand by for that. RandLife.com.
Yes, indeed. Rand Life appraised values for homes are up. Recently, Rand Life, as a matter of fact, helped a client save over $700 a month. You see, they sent an appraiser. So somebody called Rand Life. A guy called Rand Life, said, I think I got equity in my house. And the Rand Life specialist said, well, let's send an appraiser. And they do this. They say, well, we can do this for free. We'll appraise your house. And they got an appraisal and said, yep, you got plenty of equity, so let's do a loan, a second mortgage.
And then that money, you can do a renovation. You can pay down some credit card debt.
Yeah, that's what they helped this guy with. They paid off high-interest credit cards, consolidated all of the family's expenditures into one low fixed interest rate, and then you can write that interest off on your taxes. You can't write off credit card interest, but you can write that off.
It's a great deal.
You got more than your share of debt right now, and you do own your home with some equity. Give Rand Life a call. 801-478-4500. Ask to speak to a debt consolidation specialist. That's 801-478-4500, or go to randlife.com.
Radio from Hell has a new podcast.
It's the...
Here's what Kerry Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Well, Kelly, our session is nearly over. So let's get right down to it. What would you say is your biggest problem?
Oh, I'm just a little depressed. I don't know why.
Well, perhaps it's something holding over from your childhood. Tell me about something of your memories from your youth.
Well, one of the distinct memories I have is when my two older brothers were playing basketball in our room, and Peter went up for a layup into the garbage can. Greg didn't block it, and the ball bounced down into the living room and broke Mom's favorite vase. You know, I told him over and over, Mom always says, don't play ball in the house.
Carrie,
Yeah?
that was an episode of the Brady Bunch.
Oh. Okay. I do distinctly remember when we almost had to get rid of my dog Tiger because we thought that my sister was allergic to him, but it turned out just to be Tiger's dog shampoo, and so...
That was also an episode of the Brady Bunch.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember when some bullies at school were picking on my little sister because she had a lisp.
Brady Bunch, Carrie. Brady Bunch.
God, Doctor, you've been right all this time. I have been living in a fantasy world. God, this is so embarrassing.
Is there some sort of traumatic event that happened to cause this?
I never got over the fact that our maid Alice was married to that butcher Sam. God, I wanted her for my own.
Excuse me for just a moment, please. Mrs. Greenlee, could you please send in Mr. Chunga to collect his friend? Kelly's session is now over.
Here's what Bill Allreddy's doing when he's not on the air.
God, Carrie, you must have had a rough session in there.
Yeah. It's good to get out into the air and walk around, though. Gee, just when I think I have it rough, look at that poor bum in that dumpster across the street.
Yeah, I see that guy over there all the time. I think he sleeps in the dumpster. He looks kind of familiar, but I just can't place him.
Oh, boy, looks like Carrie and Chunga across the street. Thank God they didn't spot me. Oh, man, there is some really cool stuff in here today. Wow, a tuna can. Oh, cool. I think there's some tuna in it.
Seven 602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, let's see. We got Boner Fight coming up, probably in about 6 or so minutes. So until then, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by.
Get unlimited 1.5% cash back plus a $100 bonus with Power Cashback credit card from Security Service Federal Credit Union. Restrictions apply. Get details at ssfcu.org.
Emily Blunt.
Love her.
Yes.
Well, I don't know. after you hear this. She's admitted the road to overcoming her speech impediment has not always been a smooth one.
Well, you mean her British accent, is it?
No, Carrie, she is a stutterer.
Oh, is she? Did not know that.
She revealed that a teacher once told her to spit out her words when she was younger. In an interview with The Mirror, the 35-year-old actress who stars in Mary Poppins The Revenge confessed, it's the return of Mary Poppins Revenge, confessed she will always be a stutterer and fears that her children will be teased for stuttering like she was. She admitted that the road to overcoming her stutter has not been a smooth one. The Devil Wears Prada star.
That's where they're going? Okay.
Opened up about having a stutter during her childhood. Kids don't understand why I couldn't speak properly. I think I looked funny and sounded funny, and kids were like, why can't you say it? Just say it. And even a teacher of mine was like, just spit it out. She went on to reveal that she will always be a stutterer. I still stutter if I'm really tired or on the phone.
Really?
I'm really bad on a phone call, she said. I was trying to think of the, who was that country singer and actor?
Mel Tillis.
Mel Tillis.
Yes.
And I was trying to think of him and the phone company he did ads for.
Tell America.
Tell America, thank you.
For long distance. They paid him for that.
Because I was at the
Carrie
phone.
just did it for free, but they paid him for that.
I was at the phone company yesterday, and they said, "You realize you've been a Verizon customer for 18 years?" And I said, "Oh, I've been a customer for longer than that because I was a Tell America customer." And they eventually.
Oh, they became Verizon.
I have not been any other customer. That's the first.
You
first
should
phone
get a
company.
discount.
Well, I did.
Oh.
They said, "Here, we're going to give you this and this and this
Really?
and this, and reduce your bill."
Really?
Because Tell
was
America used to just be, there was a card that you had in your wallet, and you'd go to a payphone and you'd dial an 800 number.
Oh, that's right.
And then you'd enter in your code, and then you'd enter in the number that you wanted to call long distance. And that's how I would call Mom and Dad from Logan or wherever I was, working.
So we were talking about the Hoberman Arch and the Winter Olympics and that sort of thing just a few minutes ago. And I'm saying, well, if we really think we can host the Olympics, maybe we shouldn't have treated the Hoberman Arch so badly. And I was doing a little research, and I found this commentary in the Utah the Daily Utah Chronicle, the student newspaper up at the University of Utah, and it's a commentary by a student. Was written in March 2nd of this year. And she writes, "I was 6 when the Olympics came to Salt Lake City. My parents took me to see a parade downtown where they displayed the glorious puppets used in the opening ceremony. And I have faint memories of the creatures flouncing down the street, but that's all. The world-class athletic events, stunning ceremonies, international tourists have all but vanished from my mind, but fading memories are mirrored by the fading legacy of the Olympics in Salt Lake. Under an apathetic city government, remnants of the games have waned and disappeared. The Hoberman Arch was removed from Rice-Eccles Stadium the very same year I began my education at the University of Utah. I used to drive past my future school and gaze at the magnificent structure. Then one day, it was gone. I haven't seen it since. I was appalled when I learned what became of the illustrious Hoberman Arch. The spectacular sculpture that once awed the world now sits broken after years of neglect. An article by my colleagues at the Daily Utah Chronicle gives a detailed report of what happened to the once famed arch, but I'll provide a brief summary. After the Olympics, the University of Utah signed a 6-year contract to house the arch, but it was left for 5 additional years. In 2014, the city finally took it back, only to place it in an open-air impound lot where 29 pieces were stolen. After years of promises by 2 separate mayors and their respective governments, the arch still lays in disrepair in a storage area closed to the public. There's no excuse for the way the Hoberman Arch situation has been handled. In fact, Salt Lake City's government has arguably magnified the problem through their own actions or lack thereof. The U only agreed to a short time hosting the arch and went above and beyond in its duties by allowing the sculpture to remain even after the contract expired. The city was undoubtedly aware of the limited contract, but failed to make future arrangement for the arch's placement. When the arch was returned to the city, their lack of preparation exacerbated the problem. Instead of installing the arch in a permanent location straight away, they wasted $116,000 to move it to an insecure location.
You hear that, Mayor DeBacchus?
The temporary storage location was poorly protected, allowing valuable pieces of the arch to be stolen, further amplifying the cost of restoring the arch. Now, even after years of unfulfilled promises, Salt Lake City has yet to repair the arch or find a resting place where the public can observe its exquisite beauty.
Sad.
Not only has the city grossly failed to its duty to preserve and protect the Olympic legacy, it has compounded the issue with the arch's relocation through neglect and ill preparedness. Even as now our city seeks an Olympic bid for 2030, which we've gotten, we display shockingly poor management of the legacy left to us in 2002. With such indifference to our past Olympic ventures, it's hard to believe that Salt Lake will prove a suitable candidate city.
Just a tweet from to x96.com. Hey, Dustbean, at Dustbean, they are reading your commentary on my Hoberman Arch thesis on X96. And Lionel says, just borrow the U2 claw from the aquarium and replace it with the arch.
Now, part of the problem...
my memories, my tangible aspects have vanished, but I can never forget the feelings the Olympics gave me. Salt Lake City was gem of the nation. We were seen by the whole earth. I was proud because I knew that my home state had given the world something it would remember forever. It seems our city, our own city, is the first to forget, and that was written by Shaylin Barber.
Now, I am not defending the city, but I do know that they tried to put it a couple of different places, and they couldn't because there are restrictions on because it is an Olympic thing.
That's right.
Like the Gallivan Center was like, oh, awesome, let's put it here and put it in front of our stage, and they couldn't because they sell beer at the Gallivan Center.
Or the wrong kind of beer.
Wrong kind of beer.
And there's something to do with...
There's licensing issues with it.
Yes.
They can't just put it anywhere.
That was it.
Because it was too hard.
Well, no, I mean,
because it was too hard is no excuse.
Not that it was hard.
It was too hard.
It was expensive.
It was too hard, and they gave up.
They would have had to have paid the Olympics or something.
But they gave up on it.
Surely something better could have been done with it.
Yes, they gave up on it. They tried a couple of things and then gave up on it, and they shouldn't have given up on it.
It's Boner Fight with Radio from Hell on X96.
All right, here we go. The winner from round one going up against the winner from round two. Here he comes. Atop his garbage scow from the mists of time, the 7 o'clock hour. It's Tucker Carlson, ladies and gentlemen. There he is. The winner from round one. It was called One by One. They're leaving the garbage scow helmed by Tucker Carlson. The Boner candidate was Tucker Carlson and his show on Fox, where he talks about immigrants and immigration as being, they're dirty. They're bringing this dirtiness to America, weakening America. Immigrants are dirty, and they're making our country poorer and dirtier and divided. Because, they're saying we don't have any obligation to admit these people. That thing on the Statue of Liberty, give us your poor, your tired, your huddled masses, that makes our country weak and dirty. That's Tucker Carlson.
Disgusting.
And it's going up against the winner of round two, the butt biter, a former teacher, admitting to swimming underwater and biting a teenage girl on the butt and then trying to bribe a cop with $200 to pretend that nobody saw anything here. No. Yeah. That's number two.
All right, you've got to decide which one of these is the worst, which one deserves to be Boner of the Day, 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message is that single digit. That's how the computer counts it. 1 or 2. And then text that to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Cynthia, I believe, yes, taking votes in the producer's booth. Or you can go to x96.com and look for the box that says Boner Fight December 18 and vote there. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. You've got 300 seconds. Let's go. This is Boner of the Day.
Start your workday at 10 a.m. with a 1-hour nonstop music wingding on X96.
Radio from Hell with Carrie, Bill, and Gina. 96.3 FM, X96.
Last week, these little girls came up to me.
Ow.
They come running up to me, and they go, and I mean, they're like 12 years old or 11, and they go, Are you Bill Allred? And I said, yeah. And they said, do you remember us? And I said, no. And they said, you threw us out of that garage in your backyard a couple of weeks ago.
What? You had kids in your garage?
Not my garage, my neighbor. She has this old garage, and the
Wait a
top
minute.
of it.
No, do you have an infestation?
Yeah.
Is it
Of
like
little girls?
That's what it was like. It was an infestation of little girls. No! And the old garage has like a top place that you can walk up some stairs and go into, a second story, but it's just ramshackle. You know, you can see through the ceiling and the floorboard.
You ought not be walking around.
It's more of a shack than anything.
Yeah, and I realized there were some kids up there so I went over, and there were these little girls in there trying to clean it up and make a playhouse out of it. You know, and
a fort. We want a fort.
Yeah, and I was nice to them because I said I know how attractive this is to want to do this, but it's really not safe. Plus, it's filthy. And I mean, they had cleaning equipment in there and all of this kind of stuff. And I said, it's really not safe.
Yeah.
So and there were other kids coming down my driveway and stuff to go up there with them. And I said, so come on out and please don't do it anymore. And you know, they haven't. I could have I was going to put a lock on the door for my neighbor. And I haven't gotten around to it, but I don't think anybody's been up there since.
Yeah.
At least I don't think so. But then apparently there were some older kids who recognized me, apparently. So they were just really excited that they had been thrown out.
Kicked us out.
They kicked us out of that place.
Does that mean Jonesy's going to scream like that someday? No! Is that what girls do?
Yeah.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
Who is that? Who is that that says super good fun?
It's a PSA for some kid thing.
But you don't know who it is?
No.
Hi. Being there for kids is super good fun.
I love that.
All it takes is a little know-how.
All it takes is a little know-how. Yeah, super good fun.
96.3 FM, X96.
Boner of the day.
And that is brought to you in part by a rice bowl and a Queen Amon.
And Excel Automotive Repair, Radio from Hell's official auto mechanics. Don't buy a lemon. Try Excel Automotive's $50 bumper-to-bumper used car checkover before you buy. Limit 2 cars per $50.
So, boner candidate number 1. One by one, they're leaving the garbage scow that is helmed by Tucker Carlson. Yep. They are, Tucker Carlson he's just horrible.
He's gone full on racist.
Seems like it. He has done a horrible rant calling immigrants dirty, making our country dirty. They're dividing our country, making it poorer and more divided. The huddled masses yearning to breathe free. All these people are cynical shakedown artists who just are coming here for a handout.
He's just such an ass.
He's a white nationalist.
Seems like it. And that he went up against Butt Biter, a teacher admitted to swimming underwater and biting a young girl on the butt, and then trying to bribe a police officer to not arrest him for it. Someone named Arthur won the Boner T-shirt, and the winner, by double the votes, Boner candidate number 1, Tucker Carlson.
There you go. Boner of the day for December 18th, 2018. We are not doing Boner of the Week this week, so Tucker is spared that.
Because we're going to be at the road home Thursday and Friday for our annual broadcast, which you're welcome to join us there as always. But if you can't make it down, or you want to just make sure you get your donation in ahead of time, you can go to x96.com. There is a link there to the road home, and you can donate right online.
I got an email from a lady by the name of Judy who said, hey, you know what? I'm not actually able to help out monetarily. Is there anything that I can do with time? My kids are out of school on Friday. Do they need help down at the road home? To which I responded, yes, please. During the day on Friday and Thursday, and really anytime, they will always put you to work down at the road home. Things like when the donations get dropped off, they have to be separated into different categories, running people in and out, all those kind of things. So if money isn't a thing you can donate, if goods isn't a thing you can donate, and all you have is your time and the means to be able to get down there, you can come down and see us. They would love to have your help on Thursday and Friday as well. And you can always do the little nod. We have a friend of the program whose name is Brant, who he gives us a little tip of the hat, and then he goes back to work. Because that's what he does every year. Tradition every year. Taking hot chocolate to all the folks. So.
Oh, it's nice.
And I always like it when Richie comes.
Almost
every year.
Blind Richie, right?
Richie.
Yeah. Almost every year he comes.
His parents bring him down.
I think he goes to school in it's North or South Carolina. I can't remember.
Yeah,
which.
I don't remember.
And then he comes home for Christmas. And he's
actually,
he's the most enthusiastic person in the world.
We see lots of regulars. There are teachers that come down every year and bring their class.
Terry Palmer comes down all the time with usually her kids and friends bring a big donation, and Ken and his wife from out in Harriman. And
You get to hear the awkward interview with us and the governor every year. That happens.
Where we try not to bring up anything unpleasant.
I don't find it even in the slightest bit awkward at all.
We must all be Republicans.
That's where that came from. Yeah. I like talking to Gary. He's
Gary. See, they've had lunch. They've had lunch together.
Sure,
they had sandwiches.
He put his arm around me.
Yeah, opened up the door to his house.
Said, "Hey," and I've never gone. I have never gone to the hot chocolate. You did this year.
I did.
You didn't tell us about that. How was the Christmas party?
You never asked me about it. I went to the Christmas party at the governor's mansion.
We were all invited, and I
got it after
a day late.
Yeah.
You guys were. For some reason you didn't. I was told about it.
I was not told about it.
We got the invitations late.
I was told that I was going to be invited, but the invitations were sent out late.
Yeah.
But then after that, I went, what?
You forgot about it.
Whatever.
And I had something on. I was told that I could come, but I had something on that night.
Yeah, it was a school night anyway, and they only opened it up for a couple of hours. The whole governor's mansion is decorated, from the top to bottom, in just gorgeous decorations. Different companies from around the state of Utah.
And you can
pitch in and do it.
Go have hot chocolate with the governor.
Well, really what you do is you go and you get in line, and then there's a line similar to like how they do at Disney, Carrie, where they take you through the different features of the governor's mansion and try and entertain you while you're just waiting in line. and then you get a picture where you get to go, hey, Governor and Lieutenant Governor, perfect. Okay, stand here. All right, perfect. Smile. Now we're done.
All right,
hey, have a great Merry Christmas.
How you doing? How you doing?
It still wasn't cool to get the tour.
And you get you get cocoa, right?
You get so they had sparkling grape juice in the line.
Let's pretend we're drinking.
They had hot chocolate with a candy cane swizzle.
Sure.
Then there was a bunch of snacks up on the front or up on the top level, and that's where I hung out with Doug Wright. I got my picture taken
hung out with Doug Wright.
Hello, Richie.
This is a very, very nice event, isn't it?
There's a grundle of people here.
I asked if this was Dee, is this the beautiful Dee? And he said, well, yes, it is. I said, can I get a picture with the two of you?
I didn't see that.
And so there's a picture that I have of me and Dee and Doug that says Merry Christmas to all and to all of Doug Wright.
Oh, how nice.
From the governor's mansion.
Nice. Well, it seems like a very nice event, and I'm sorry I didn't get to go.
Yeah.
When we come back, I'll tell you my story of the governor's mansion.
Oh yeah?
Okay.
You didn't start it on fire, did you?
You haven't. You've
No,
heard
but
this
you
story.
remember that what's his name's wife burned it down.
Yeah. Levitt.
Governor Levitt's
Was it
wife.
Levitt's
with
wife?
the Christmas
Christmas,
tree. With
yeah.
the Christmas
Yeah.
tree.
That's right. All right, we'll take a break. We'll be back. Got to tell you about Excel Automotive Repair, though.
Yeah. If you need your car repaired, that's where you go. Good Steve and
It's where we take ours, and everybody that I have sent there, they have said, well, it's not just a thing on the radio. They really are the best. I'm like, yes, of course.
yes, I mean I take I got to get the CRV in there. It's time for its not annual, but it's regular maintenance. The Honda CRV. If you need a good auto mechanic to keep your car running in tip-top shape, just its regular maintenance, they can do it. And if there's something seriously wrong with your car, take it there as well. They know how to diagnose and treat. They're like car doctors, you know. And also their used car checkup. For $50, they will look over a used car for you if you're thinking of buying it and tell you whether it's a good buy or you should just stay away from it. And they'll do that with two cars. They'll say, no, don't buy that one. Bring us they'll do that with two cars. Say, bring us another one, and we'll check that one out for you. So, Excel Automotive Repair, they're on the corner of 33rd South and 3rd East. Go to excelautomotiverepair.com.
X96, Downtown Alliance, and the Gateway present Salt Lake's biggest and funnest New Year's Eve celebration. Bill Allred and Gina Barberi on X96.
All right.
Yeah, so Richie got, a tour of the governor's mansion.
Yeah.
But he didn't have an experience like I had at the governor's mansion. I've told this story to you guys before.
Yes.
But,
Well, this isn't the one behind where you got. Oh.
So my dad, Daddy Tom, as he likes to say, he never dated. He just got married. So he's been married a lot.
You like to do it legally.
You regretting those decisions, Tom?
Some of them.
And so one time he got married, and he was friends with Governor Scott Matheson.
Mm-hmm.
And the governor can marry you. It's
one of his powers.
It's one of his powers.
He has that power, and he can also see through almost anything.
It's true.
Yeah.
And so not only did the governor marry my dad once, but they did it at the governor's mansion.
Wow.
And so it was a private event, so it wasn't like what Richie went to where, there was security and whatever walking you through. So after the wedding, my sister Mikkel and I just decided to check out the governor's mansion.
Like you do.
Sure, why not?
We were exploring.
You're there.
And we went upstairs where the private quarters are, and we were opening doors and now Congressman Jim Matheson swears this wasn't him. He swears it was his brother. But we opened the door and there was a young boy Matheson,
Zeke,
in his underwear in his room, because he was just sort of hanging out in his bedroom.
It's his room.
It's his room, and we were horribly embarrassed.
How did he feel?
Well, I'm sure he was horrible because it was a quick oh, excuse us, and close the door thing.
Damn tourists!
That must have been Barberi's kids.
It must suck living in the governor's mansion.
Can the governor impose the death penalty?
No. What do you mean it must suck living in the? You think this happened all the time?
No, it's
dumb girls
wandering through the house.
No, that didn't happen all the time. It only happened when Tom Barberi was around.
But that marriage didn't last. So.
Yeah. Which one was that?
That was 3.
Who was it?
That was Lynn.
I didn't date. I just
got married. That's what he says. But he's been married to Nana Mel for a long time now. This one seems to have taken.
It finally took.
Yeah.
Huh? And I think that's just because he forgot where his car keys were. I used to have a car, didn't I? No, we just don't let you drive anymore.
No.
You can't leave.
No.
By the way, did you know that hot dogs and a soda at the hot dog and soda combo at Costco is only $1.50?
Is that where you're going for lunch
Well,
today?
it's just amazing to me because it's been that same price since 1985. Has not changed since 1985.
I haven't had a good cheap hot dog in a long time.
I think you should go to Costco. Although Costco at Christmas time, maybe not.
Oh yeah,
it's a good hot dog and a soda at Costco. But I won't go today because it is too busy. But I have to go to Target, and that's just about as bad.
What do you need at Target?
Stuff. Stocking stuffer stuff.
That's a good place for that.
And I need water softener salt as well. So there you go.
Well, you can just go get that on the way to work, actually.
Well, I suppose I could.
They store it outside.
Well, yeah.
Just, you know.
Oh, you mean just get a shovel?
They don't.
No, they don't take it inside.
They don't move it in and out?
No, I use the pellets, though. They don't have the pellets.
Okay. All right.
I don't want just the big piles of stuff by the side of the road. No. It's a good idea, though, Carrie.
Yeah. Try to save money wherever you can.
Yeah.
It don't grow on trees.
No.
I found
Money
out.
or salt?
I found out.
Money or salt, you mean?
Well, I've never heard that saying before.
Salt growing on trees?
That's not a saying.
I've never heard that.
That's not
No,
a
I haven't
thing.
either. You mine for salt. You don't harvest it from trees.
Why don't you just skim it off the Great Salt Lake?
There are many ways to get salt. Oh, I watched I think it wasn't a Bourdain, but it was a show like that, and all they did was talk about salt.
How to get it?
And the ways
where to get it.
There are like pools in Peru or someplace where they scrape it up, and then salt is everywhere.
You can evaporate it. Get it from evaporation ponds.
Many different kinds of salt.
You can mine it in central Utah.
What other radio show are you hearing a deep dive on salt?
Popular ones.
Yeah.
You don't hear it on popular ones.
The show was called Salt, Fat, Acid, Heat. I think this was called. Only 4 parts, and each episode looked at each one of those aspects.
Like cooking has all
cooking show. Yes, it's a woman who she wrote a book about it, and then they did fat, salt, acid, heat. She wrote a book about it, and then they did a Netflix show, so you can watch it on Netflix.
I like all those things are delicious.
A deep dive on salt.
I think I'll watch Springsteen on Broadway first.
Should we do a promo?
Let's do the promo.
Just in time for the holidays, Radio from Hell is reading your things that must go on Wednesday's Radio from Hell show.
Please send yours now. Don't delay. To radiofromhell@x96.com.
Put must go in the subject line and then listen to Wednesday's Radio from Hell show beginning at 6 a.m. on X96.
Things that must go. I got to go get teacher gifts.
Teacher gifts?
Neighbor gifts.
Wow.
I don't do any of those things.
Since I don't have any kids or neighbors, I don't have to
You
worry
have neighbors? People live by you.
Well, yeah, but I don't know them, really. So
do they leave you gifts?
Sometimes, yeah.
We don't do neighbor gifts.
You really should do a neighbor.
No. No.
Yeah, I don't have to
And
worry
you
about
wonder
any of
why
this.
your neighbors don't like you?
I don't know if they like me or not. And I don't care if they like me or not.
All right,
I don't wonder about it in the I don't ever wonder about
You
it.
should wonder.
No.
Quick reminder, x96.com to donate to the road home. You can just do it right now, and then it's done. You don't have to worry about it. And then you don't have to listen to us, begging you on Thursday and Friday if you don't want.
Imploring.
Imploring. Sorry, begging is not the right way to put it. Imploring. Are we good?
Yeah.
Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Filthy badger killers.
Corey is next.
1 hour nonstop music wing ding starts now. X96.